my mic not? Is it working now? Is this working now? It looks like it's working now. That was weird. I was going to say, it looks like Billy's got a problem. But anyway, welcome to the show. It's Order 42. I'm Rob, and you guys are here. And it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you. I mean, started off with Ninjitsu. I mean, he's first again. I don't know what to tell you. He's first again. We got Ricky. We got JX Editor, Robert Rivera, Carbonite. I mean, it's good to see you guys. It's good to see you guys. Yeah. So I want to, Billy's working it. He's working something. It looks, like I said, it looks like he's got a problem. Especially the one on the hill. Looks like his knees are giving out or something. And he's trying to sit down and he can't. But anyway. I don't know what's going on with my voice. Sorry about that. But hey, look, things are working, I think, better. I did a new update on OBS and, well, on Mac, it's a little different. But see, now you should be able to hear this. You can hear that, right? But I don't have to change anything. I can just play it. I'm very happy. It's gonna make things hopefully make things a little smoother in the old, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be better or not. But hey, yeah, Squiggles, what's going on? Good to see you. Good to see you. Now, look, I just want to start off with this because I figured there might be people who don't typically watch my streams and might want to know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? Am I the worst kind of Star Wars fan? Because I've been thinking about it. I'm a Star Wars fan that blindly watches anything with the name Star Wars. So yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. And then of course JX Editor came in and said, no, you're absolutely not the worst kind of Star Wars fan. I'm not going to make any judgments other than I think if you're constantly making videos and tweeting about how bad something like, say, The Acolyte is, you're feeding the algorithm. It's keeping it in the conversation. Because I remember in the old days, when something was not good, people just didn't watch it. And then they gave up and you didn't hear about it. That's the way subpar programming should be. If something isn't good, don't talk about it. Don't worry about it. Move on. Move on to the next thing. Because all you're doing is feeding. I feel like Disney or Lucasfilm, whichever, I don't know. But it feels like it's like anytime. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. They want people to watch. And I feel like if you look in the past, if you remember, like I do, because I have this crazy weird memory like this, but I remember before Obi-Wan, before Ahsoka, there were tweets about, or messages from Disney saying, oh, well, you know, it's really hard for people to accept a female lead, blah, 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 or whatever. Or in the case of Obi-Wan, people of color, whatever. And then in this case, we had Kathleen Kennedy come out before The Acolyte and talk about how Star Wars fans are dominantly male and blah, 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 blah. All of that stuff is to get people already almost willing to talk about it. And the discussion, of course, gets blown out of proportion. People are saying, oh, this and that, black female lead, you know, lesbian witches, whatever you want to say. And yet, I don't feel like the show's worth it. And it's not because of any of those things. It's because the show is subpar. So I kind of feel like, in a way, we should act when a show isn't that good. We should act like it just doesn't exist and just not talk about it. I'm still going to watch it. That's the thing. They can count on my view every single time because I'm going to go ahead and watch it. But it's all of this talk is getting the casuals going, I don't even know what the Acolyte is. I got to look this up, find out what people are talking about. Is it as bad as people say? No. It's at least from that standpoint, I don't think it's nearly as bad as people are making it out to be. But this show is not good, and it's not because of that. And even weirder, I actually am enjoying it more than I enjoyed Obi-Wan and most of Ahsoka, and even, well, I won't almost say the Book of Boba Fett. That was pretty subpar all around. But that's the thing. I don't understand that. I don't understand that thinking of, I'm just going to talk about it and talk about it and talk about it and rail on it and talk about it and talk about it. I just feel like if we want something to be better, then we need to vote with our voices, not just our view, but our voice. And if we don't like something, we go, hey, I don't like it. And then we stop talking about it. We move on to something good, like, I don't know, House of the Dragon. Because that's the one thing House of the Dragon has right now that none of the Star Wars shows have had. Except maybe Andor. Is this idea that I'm sitting there watching it and I feel completely at ease. Because I'm being told a story and I'm just along for the ride. And it's a wonderful feeling to know that you're in good hands. I don't feel that with Star Wars, most Star Wars. I just don't. I feel like I'm constantly on edge about, okay, what's going to suck this week? It shouldn't be that way. And it all comes down to, I mean, I don't care who's in it. I don't care who's the lead. I don't care if it's an alien. I don't care if it's, I don't care. But if the story's good, I'm along for the ride. And the stories have not been good. So, people talk about all the things, like Campia today was talking about the things that fix Star Wars. And I'm like, okay, where's the first start with a good story? I mean, some of his points kind of, danced around that, but I'm thinking, no, you start with a good story first. If the story's not good, you move on. That's it. And I feel like it's the story. It always comes down to the story. So, am I the worst Star Wars fan? I don't think so. But I feel like a lot of people might look at me and say that you're the worst kind of Star Wars fan because you just watch it blindly. And the thing is I'm not hate watching it. I'm really not. I'm hoping that every week it's going to get better, but I cannot stand people just railing on it every 5 seconds. It just gets old, doesn't it? It just gets old. I don't know. So basically what I'm trying to say is, because of all that, it's hard for me to even want to talk Star Wars, because it's just like, I don't have anything to say other than, hey, fix your stories. I seriously, I don't care who's the lead. If you made a show about Leia being the lead, I'd watch it. Okay, I already basically said if it's Star Wars, I'm going to watch it. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, come on, guys. Come on. So anyway, that's how I'm looking at it. So now we're going to actually get caught up in chat, and let's actually talk. I just wanted to get that off my chest because it's been weighing on me, and it's just been the thing. I've been thinking about it, and I've been like, man, House of the Dragon. I'm jealous. Like, I'm jealous in a way. Even though House of the Dragon is beautiful, it's wonderfully done, and I'm really enjoying it. But I'm jealous for Star Wars to have that. I want to have that feeling where I sit down and I go, for the next hour, I mean, sure, that's another complaint, right? These 25-minute episodes or whatever. But I'm just, for an hour, I'm transported. I'm whisked away to Westeros, and I get to enjoy this story being told. I want that. I want that for Star Wars. So, anyway. How's it going? Okay, so new update has to the sound. No, it wasn't an update to the soundboard. It's just an update to the way that macOS handles audio. Is that at least through OBS, like with Windows, there's just desktop audio, and you have use of it. So if you open up an audio file, you just hear it, and you can control that audio on a separate slider. The way that it used to work is you had to use a secondary program that basically created a another like an almost like another audio track kind of, or an audio source on your Mac that was just the desktop audio, and then you had to bring that into OBS. Now it's just built in. Now I think it's been there. It's actually been there for a while, but I just didn't know it was there. And I started messing with things today, and I'm like, holy crap, that's awesome. So I updated a bunch of stuff that way, and it's working great. So yeah, I'll watch every show no matter how bad. Yeah, and it's a curse. I feel like it's a little bit of a curse because I get to be disappointed. But the thing is you don't see me talking about it. I mean, other than this stream, but I'm not titling my thing The Acolyte. I'm not doing reviews every week of The Acolyte. I'm not talking about it because it's not worth talking about. Right now, it's in such a place that I feel like it's just not worth talking about. So, there you go. I got fooled into watching Ahsoka basically because I love Ahsoka. I love the character from the Clone Wars. And that show is just not good. Obi-Wan, just moments of all of them. Every piece of Star Wars has those moments of brilliance where you're like, "Oh my god, this is it. This is awesome." There's that one episode right in the middle with Anakin and Ahsoka, and it's awesome. But then it doesn't last. And then you get back to the regular story and you're like, this is not good. It's just not good. And what's his I can't remember his name in Ahsoka. Balin? Was that his name? The gentleman that died, passed away. Wonderful actor. That was a highlight. But anyway, I had someone sideswipe my truck today and took my mirror out, but got a bunch of stuff in to help me start streaming soon. So it's been a day. Well, Squiggles, that's awesome. I mean, the streaming part. I'm sorry about your truck. That sucks. Still behind on Star Wars. I understand that. Yeah, cool. You'll be streaming. Yes. I mean, look, the way that I look at it is the more voices out there, the better. And this is coming from somebody who, you know, in a lot of ways, I think that's sometimes part of the issue. But if you can have somebody that's, you know, got a positive angle on stuff, that's awesome. Been saying I would for a while now, and I'm about to move and we'll have the space for setup. So now I'm having to commit. Well, there you go. And Wraith, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. I just want good writing and characters. Yeah, exactly. That's the way I look at it. At least the guy didn't drive off, said he'd pay for it, just have to get the mirror and have my friend replace it. There you go. Just watch that Campia vid. Those people suck out what little joy there is in Star Wars. Well, it's not even that. It's just that I feel like there's so much, and this is in general, when there are sides, there's all of this battling between the sides, and nobody's talking about that middle ground. And that middle ground is someone like me who's sitting there going, I mean, look, it's better than some of the stuff we've had, but it's not worth talking about. It's not that good. It's very lackluster. I feel like, I mean, look, I don't want to go into spoilers about last week's episode, but that really frustrated me. You know, you get to a point where you're like, okay, this could get interesting. Credits roll. 25 minutes in. And I'm like, with House of the Dragon, there were so many arcs in this last episode of House of the Dragon. And larger arcs being set up. And things being, I mean, talked about. Moments of reflection. Moments of just you breathing and going, okay, what's this character going to do? We don't get that. We don't have time in Star Wars to do that. And I think that's crap. Ladies and gents, check out the Discord about the Star Wars meme. Did you just put it up? Or is it? Oh. Yeah, I feel that. Yes, I definitely feel that way. It's the what kind of Star Wars fan are you? Nothing has been making me want to catch up for the last 10 years. And that's the thing, Squiggles. There are moments of absolute brilliance in every show. There are moments that are really great. I mean, I would say those first 2 seasons of Mandalorian are pretty good. Um, there are a few member berries in there, but I'd say for the most part, they're pretty good. Um, of course, Andor is to me probably the best. I've said it, probably the best thing since Empire. Um, I mean, if you say the best thing since Return of the Jedi, I'll believe you because Return of the Jedi is still really, really good. But I loved Andor. Like I really loved it. Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a thing. It's just a thing. A responsible driver. That's something you don't see here in New York City. Yeah. It's man, I've seen strangely like a couple of different wrecks this last week driving around. Like one was really bad, and it must have happened seriously minutes before I got there. And so that was kind of scary, actually. I was like, there's that thing about, the what if scenario, what if I'd gotten in the car just a bit sooner, what if I didn't forget, you know, something and had to come back inside to grab something before I got in the car? Would I've been involved in that wreck? It's just, it's that stuff. I think about that stuff. It's a little weird, but had no idea House of Dragons was a thing. I watched Game of Thrones last month, right on time. Yes, Ninjinzu. I mean, look, I know people have problems with that last season of Game of Thrones. I feel it works better when you're watching it one right after the other. Of course, that's not how it was devised. It was devised to be watched week to week. So people are talking about it and speculating. And then you get the next episode and you're like, what the heck? That's like completely not what? So I understand people's frustration at the time, but I look at it, and since I wasn't like that involved in it, I didn't watch it every week and give discussions with fans or with other fans and stuff like that. I just watched it and I was like, that's pretty good. It's not bad. But House of the Dragon to me is on a whole nother level. I think House of the Dragon is better than Game of Thrones myself. But Ted Millich, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Asked me to take a look at his pool. What the heck? That's a weird one. So my friend has a couple of Steam Decks and he's willing to trade me one for that mini PC I got. It's the 512 gigabyte model deck, so I may do it. Is it the one? Is it the OLED or is it the 512 LCD? New GPU arrived and it's defective. Oof. For Star Wars, I just want family and fast vehicles. That's not Star Wars. House of the Dragon is boring compared to Star Wars, and we all know that. Yeah, House of the Dragon's awesome. It's good. I love it. I think it's great. But yeah, I haven't seen any of Acolyte. See, that's good. That's good. I would say if you're not a dyed-in-the-wool Star Wars fan, if you're a casual Star Wars fan, don't even bother. Seriously. Right now, don't bother. It's not worth your time. It's not worth the time and effort to go watch it. Because it's at the very best, it's mediocre. At the very best. But I feel like it's a ploy. And, like I said, those tweets or interviews that would come out before the show's release talking about stuff, talking about issues with whatever, I feel like that's just to get people riled up so that when the show comes out, everybody starts making videos about how bad things. I think that they are actually using those bad. They're using it. It's like the bad publicity is still good publicity for them because people are going to check it out to see if it's good. And I just don't agree. I say don't talk about it. But anyway, I don't even want to be a big streamer or anything. I just want to play games and talk with like-minded people. That's enough for me. And that's Quiggles. That's the way to do it. I think most streamers, I mean, sure, there's people, that have come up, that had a goal, right? And all that stuff. And it's good to have a goal, but really it's got to be something you really enjoy, because you got to get lucky, you know? You really got to get lucky. The right game at the right time, or the right clip or something like that that's going to make things blow up. You just got to be lucky. So you got to do it because you enjoy doing it, and not because of any rewards that might be, down the road somewhere. Stream because you enjoy it. And you might do 2 streams and go, that's not for me. And that's good. So yeah, don't spend a ton of money getting set up like I did. Just do the thing. Try it out. And if you got to, record using just your built-in microphone on your computer, do that. That's better than spending a bunch of money and then realizing this is not fun. I don't like it. I'd rather because for me, especially gameplay, I started to get kind of irritated that I had to wait to play the game that I wanted to play, or it would be the other way around. I'd be streaming it and go, I wish I could just play this on my own and not have to talk about it, and just play it. And so I just figured out that gaming on stream it's just not for me. In little bursts and things like that, sure. But yeah. Waiting on a few episodes of Dragons to drop before starting it. Yes, I agree. And Andor probably is better binged. But like I said, I was that guy that, new Star Wars dropped, I'm going to watch it. So I was fine. LCD model, still good. Yeah. Never start streaming for money. And then Billy says, I said, what in the butt? I said, what in the butt? That's what Billy said. Welcome, Billy. Good to see you. And I'm sorry, Billy, that I wasn't able to get to you in time to get you not to watch The Acolyte. So, there you go. Let's see. Just do it for fun. You want to do it? Yeah, exactly. In hot weather like this, it's always best to recite Arnold's lines from Batman and Robin. You're not sending me to the cooler. Yeah. I think Billy saw The Acolyte. I mean, why else would he tweet F Disney? It's just not worth it. It's not worth the effort, because I guarantee you, everybody would shut the hell up and just watch it if it was good. But it's not. You take all, like I said, you take all the identity stuff and the gender stuff, everything, you take all that out of it, and you still have a very lackluster show. A show that's poorly plotted, terribly edited. I wouldn't say badly acted, just, it's the story. Story's bad. So, there you go. Ace. Tom Ace. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I have to do that every time. It's just the first thing that sticks in my head. That's, when I see Ace. Tom Ace. Anyway. Hey, yo, wanted to stream and got affiliated on Twitch. Haven't streamed since. I know it. I mean, I'm affiliated on Twitch. Largely due to the Game Chasers and having Billy and Jay and all those guys on. But yeah, I don't stream on Twitch anymore because I get more people watching over here. And I don't get that many watching over here. I would, seriously, I'd be streaming for 2 to 3 hours to 2 to 3 people. And I just know that YouTube, for the most part, is easier to get on and chill, So there you go. Summer can go to hell. Yeah, it's, well, I just checked the weather. It was 97, and out of the next 9 days, it says it's going to be over 100 7 of those days. So 100 or more. I think I saw a 101 and a 102 in there. And yeah. Why do I live in Texas sometimes? That's what I think. Yeah. Acolyte was just okay, but not as bad as others make it out to be. I mean, yeah. It's nowhere near as bad as the holiday special. I mean, look. Again, I think the Book of Boba Fett was, seriously, just dreadful. I'm sorry. I don't like it. And if you like this stuff, hey, Go, more power to you. But I did not like that. I thought Ahsoka was mostly bad. There were 2 episodes that I thought were really awesome and felt like that feeling of ease of, oh, this is really, really good. Okay. And then, yeah, it's just, yeah. I haven't watched any of it. I have zero interest. F Disney, because a lot of stuff, especially with the catalog titles they own and sit on. Oh, well, there's that too. But, they've made that deal with Sony for the physical media stuff. So I would think that it's going to take time. Hopefully, we'll see Sony release Blu-rays and 4Ks from the Disney vault, I guess you could say. But Disney, Fox, all that stuff. Really hoping Alien Romulus is good. Man, Wraith, that is my number one movie right now that I'm excited to see. I mean, of course, I've got tickets to see Horizon on Thursday, the new Kevin Costner Western. I'm excited about that. Like, it could be terrible, but I'm excited to see that. And I think the next one is Twisters. And then after that is, of course, Deadpool versus Wolverine. Those are the next 3 movies that I'm planning on seeing in the theater. So there you go. 105. Oof. I need Commando in 4K, and it's never going to happen because of Disney owning Fox. Well, like I said, I mean, there's that deal that they made with Sony to do their releases. There's a good chance that a lot of those catalog titles will be released, but they will be released by Sony. But we'll see. I'm not a huge fan of Commando, but hey, Commando is one of those where, look, I'm sorry, but like, I watched Commando late, so I watched it and went, yeah, okay. I mean, I get it, blow off some steam, Bennett, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's okay, cool. But I don't have any attachment to that one. Predator, I have attachment to. First R-rated movie I saw in the theaters at 11 years old. Awesome. Disney to buy Spawn from Todd McFarlane? Is that real? Is that real? I don't know. If it is real, I mean, that's another sort of R-rated property that may not see the light of day. What happened to Sully? I let him go. Yeah, I mean, working today sucked in the heat. I bet it did. Damn. Look, I got to be honest, man. We were going to go do some stuff, shoot on Saturday, and Jay streamed till like an hour before we were supposed to go. So we ended up canceling. I got to be honest though. And Bucho loves it when I'm honest. I was secretly happy that I didn't have to get out in the heat. Because the previous weekend, hot. But then what did I do? I woke up really early the next morning and went hiking for 3 miles. Yeah. I was soaking wet. Oh, not only hiking with, in the heat, but I had my pack on. So an extra 15 or so pounds. Yeah, I was pretty tired. Sunday, I was pretty tired. Book of Boba Fett was an insane letdown for me, and I'll never forgive them. Yeah. See, I'm one of those that I have like a short attention span. When it comes to Star Wars, it's like, oh man, I really didn't like the way that last show went. Ooh, something new. And of course, the next thing we're supposed to get is Andor, right? Andor season. Well, it could be that Skeleton Crew. I mean, who knows? Could be good, could be bad. Don't know. A Salacious Crumb show? Money in the Bank. I'm not sure about that. I'm just not sure about that. That little vulture looking vulture? I don't know. They call him a monkey lizard. I don't think he looks like a monkey either. But yeah. You want to see Horizon as well? Hey. And look at that. 2 Commando is amazings. I get it. Look, it's not for me. It's not for me. When I think of Arnold movies, I think of The Terminator. I think of Predator. I think of Total Recall. I don't think of Commando, doesn't even come into the conversation to me. Those 3 to me are just so much better. That's just me though, you know? And of course, some people would say Conan. I'm not a Conan fan, as we've talked about. I go for quality. No, I'm kidding. I used to say that all the time, you know, when people would say, hey, have you seen this? You know, at Blockbuster, and I go, oh, I try not to watch crap. It was such a dick thing to say. That might have to make it into the script somewhere, you know? Yeah, I try not to watch crap. But anyway. Yeah, what the F, Ricky? Saying the exact same thing seconds before Billy does. Oh, you were just kidding. Okay. So no, Spawn is not being bought by Disney. Okay. Please don't wake my friend. He's dead tired. I legit didn't. We seriously both typed it out in caps at the same time. There you go. Grindhead Jim gave me a Predator Funko Pop, and I still haven't seen it. I'd be curious to know if that... I mean, I would hazard a guess, because it's mostly practical, that Predator holds up pretty well. But man, I love that movie. I love it. I remember Jay saying he wasn't filmed because of how late he stayed up. Yes. Yeah. I was at that stream. Yeah, he went to bed when you guys were getting breakfast. Well, not me. I mean, I woke up and tweeted Billy, and I'm like, Jay just finished a stream like not too long ago. What are we gonna do? So the D-Terminator. Yeah. No. Did Costner steal the idea for Horizons from 1883, then quit Yellowstone to make Horizons? I mean, I guess we'll see. I've seen 1883. I really enjoyed it, by the way. I'm a big Western guy. I like my Westerns. I like good Westerns. To me, Westerns and martial arts movies, those two are kind of like, I kind of want to make my own versions of those movies. So I might write a martial arts film or a Western, or I might already have an idea for one. But yeah, so I don't know. I don't think so, but we'll see. What about the 6-day twins and Jingle All the Way? I mean, look, Cosma, hey, welcome. Good to see you. But no. Eraser, no. To me, the top movie is got to be the Terminator. Terminator and Terminator 2 are like top tier. And then right below that is Predator, and then right below that is Total Recall. That's me. That's where I come from. So, to me, that's like saying, oh, you think Die Hard is Bruce Willis's best movie? What about Blind Date? No, no, Blind Date doesn't even come into the conversation. Die Hard is Bruce Willis's best movie. It's just how I feel about it. But then again, I have opinions. So, father was a bodybuilder, named me after the Terminator. See? And my brother after Steven Seagal. Wow. And Bucho, welcome. Good to see you. I was talking earlier about me being honest and how much you love when I'm honest. I was being honest earlier. Grew up watching Westerns with my dad, but I don't remember any of them. Yeah, see, to me, it's Westerns. And I didn't really grow up with them. But yeah, I loved 1883. That blonde girl was so good in that, right? Yeah, she was awesome. She was again, a situation where you have basically a female lead, and it's so good that you don't care, you know? And that's the thing. It's not that. It's not that you don't care. It's just that you're just along for the ride. You're along for the story. You know, when you watch Alien, Alien's a bad example. Aliens, I guess. When you watch Aliens and you realize that Ripley, I mean, you know that Ripley's the lead, you're completely fine with it. Completely fine. True Lies, Ace. Here's the thing. True Lies, I enjoy. It's an enjoyable film, but it's nowhere near that other stuff for me. Those other three, really four. Terminator, Terminator 2, Predator. Predator's I think Predator might be my favorite of all of those. I know Ricky loves his Terminator 2, but man, I've seen Predator so many times. It's so good. But see, the thing is the weird thing about Predator, if you really think about it, Arnold is there because he's a charismatic dude. It's not because he's Arnold, really. Like, you really could put any good, like, pretty good actor that's a badass in that role, and you could probably be fine with it. But Arnold really sells the Terminator, you know, and Terminator 2. Like, I can't see anybody else playing that part. The part of Dutch, I feel like could be played by somebody else, and it would probably have been fine. Because it's not the whole movie is focused on him. You know what I mean? He's the leader of the group and all that kind of stuff, but he's not the focus. I mean, I just think Bill Duke, his character, Sonny, his character is awesome in Predator. And seriously, what's his name? Blaine? What was his? What he was a wrestler too. Like, people would say The Running Man. And I'm like, no, I mean, no, I like it. It's fine, but yeah, it's not the best. Anyway, it's the After Birthday guy. Yes, I'd like to see you guys make a Western. I think it could be really fun. I mean, we'd have to really make the thing amazing, but yeah. I love Total Recall. It's one of my favorite all-time Arnold lines. See you at the party, Richter. Yes, and I've told this joke. I told this joke back in the old podcast days. And it's funny because today I was just looking on the internet to see if there was any remnant of the podcast, and it is very, very hard to find. And you can't even find any more shows online anymore. You can't find any of them. But you can find remnants of the show, like part of the RSS feed is still alive on some of these podcasting websites. But anyway, I told a joke that the whole part right there where he's got his arms, you know, I'll see you at the party, Richter, right? And he throws the arms. What if he took the arms to the party and he's all like, ah, ah. And for some reason that visual just cracked me up. I think it's funny. But there you go. Hudson Hawk. Not even close. Not even close. I mean, seriously, that's one of those things where you wonder if, I wonder if people throw out stuff because they're trying to be funny, you know? And I'm not saying that, it wasn't funny, but I mean, do you really like Hudson Hawk that much better than Die Hard? Do you really think Die Hard 3 is the best? I mean, I don't know about that. That first Die Hard is, it's so good. It's so good. But anyway, Hot Tour, Christian VS, man, we had a week of the Hot Tour girl, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't want fame that way. I've never really wanted fame. I mean, I don't have it, but I don't know if I'd want that to be the thing that I'm remembered for. You know, 20 years down the road. Oh, you're the Hot Tour girl? Wow. And most people won't even know what that is by then. So yeah, 15 minutes of fame like that. I'm not sure about that. Bruce Willis in Moonlighting. Now, okay. Now, if you want to say his most likable role or something like that, I could probably give you Moonlighting. Because yeah, that's the first place I ever saw him, was in Moonlighting. And Bruce Willis, it was amazing in Moonlighting. But I still think that, Die Hard's his best movie. A series I still haven't watched, even though I have the Blu-ray collection. Moonlighting. It's see, that's a weird one. I don't know if that's gonna, like, do you think Moonlighting would work today? I don't know. I don't know. Bruce Willis is Bruno. Salute your ever impressive firstness. There you go. Order 42 crew. That's us. T2 and Predator are tied. Okay. Kurt Russell could have been a good Dutch. I don't know if he's, because that's the thing. If you really look at the movie, right? And I know that it's a weird thing to do, especially if you've seen Predator multiple times, right? It's hard to see. It's hard to see it any other way. But there's nothing really like inherent in that character and the way that he plays him that it has to be Arnold. Like, you could be any charismatic actor, right? I think any charismatic actor could do that role. And he doesn't even have to be huge. Because that's the whole point, is that the Predator basically negates that, So yeah, Jesse Ventura, thank you. Yeah. Jesse Ventura is the biggest dude in that, on that helicopter. First one to go. So yeah. Speaking of Westerns, I'm behind on both Acolyte and House of the Dragon because I'm finally watching Deadwood. Okay. Deadwood is one of those where I never finished that one. And it wasn't for any other reason, but because I stopped. Is Deadwood worth watching? You tell me. Arnold is there because he's the only one who can handle the Predator. But really, though, he doesn't really. He beats him with his brain. In which case, all those big, huge muscles don't do anything for him. True Lies is up there. Do better than Sandler if you make a Western. Oh, don't worry. Don't you worry. The plan is to be better than that. Die Hard 1 and 4 are equal in how much I love them. Wow. Die Hard 3 is your legit my... Okay. Die Hard 3. Wow. I mean, look, I love Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson is one of those people, one of those actors where he elevates anything that he's in. Like, I was watching Kong Skull Island going, this is not great, but at least we got Samuel L. Jackson in it, And then you throw in John C. Reilly and I'm like, I'm in good hands here. And Kong Skull Island is, in my opinion, the best of those first. Like, I haven't seen the latest Godzilla Kong movie thing, but Kong Skull Island is the best of those, the rest of those. Because I think it's a more entertaining. It's just good. It's good. It's good. I can see Melvor playing a Marty McFly, an 1885 character in a Western. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Love Die Hard 1. Haven't watched the others yet. Yeah, see, temper your expectations. Because to me, Die Hard is most likely, I think in most people's eyes, they will look at Die Hard as the best of the grounded action movie, right? We're not talking about something like Predator or something like, because Predator's right on that edge, but it's got that sci-fi, thing to it. It's I think Die Hard is the best grounded action movie ever. So you have to, like I said, temper your expectations. Lethal Weapon maybe second. I really liked Lethal Weapon. It's good. Never finished Deadwood either. I got bored, but that's me. What's the matter, Rob? Game chip. Yeah, Game Chester's got you pushing too many pencils. Yeah, exactly. Arnold is the only one who can handle the Predator, Rob. No one else could have survived a hit from it. I have spoken. Okay, well, maybe. Possibly. I don't know. And see, you know what I think that's part of the reason why I'm not a big fan of The Rock. Because to me, I felt like The Rock was Arnold's spiritual successor. and that we could have had movies on that level from The Rock, and we haven't. We've gotten a bunch of movies from him. You know, where's his Predator? Where's his Terminator? Where's his, Total Recall? All of his movies are just very meh. Well, Rob, movies are in a different spot today than they were back in the 80s and early 90s. I mean, you're right, but damn, you know? I've never cared much for Samuel L. Jackson. Well, how is it being wrong? I love Samuel L. Jackson, though. I get it. Live Free and Die Hard is also good, but stay away from A Good Day to Die Hard. I'm only up to episode 5 of Deadwood. All I can say is at this point is when I sit down in front of me telly, I find myself dialing up Deadwood ahead of Acolyte or Dragon House or anything else. Okay, well, I mean, there you go. 31425. Wow. Dwayne Johnson's best movie where he is the lead is The Rundown. Right, and it's the closest to an Arnold type movie that he did. Everything else is sugar-coated, watered-down crap, in my opinion. Like, look at, okay, I don't want to go into it, but there you go. I feel like there's just been a lack of, maybe it's just a lack of good ideas. I don't know. Gridiron Gang. I never watched that one. Tooth Fairy is a fun movie from Dwayne Johnson, though, for real. Not lying. Okay. Tooth Fairy. But look, I want to talk about someone we lost. Man, this one hit me harder than I expected. Like when I heard the news, I was like, oh no. But then I started thinking about all the amazing roles that Donald Sutherland had put in, all the amazing work he's done over the years. Like insane work, great stuff. I mean, of course, he was in MASH. I've only seen that one time. I own it and I want to watch that one again. He was in Klute, which I've never seen, but that always gets thrown into the mix when they're talking about Donald Sutherland. Of course, The Hunger Games, if you're, a younger person, BC, welcome. Good to see you. But for me, the movie that I always think of when it comes to Donald Sutherland, the movie that I always think of is JFK. And it's not because JFK is this just like perfect movie or anything like that. It is a very interesting movie. Now, I've actually had people kind of come at me because I said, well, JFK is not exactly real. Because Oliver Stone, takes some ideas that have been, I would say, fringe or conspiracy type ideas and made a movie about it. But here's the thing. Donald Sutherland is in it for about 10-15 minutes. He waltzes in, he talks to Kevin Costner, and it's literally him talking for like 10-15 minutes. And it stops the movie. And you're captivated. You're captivated by his voice, his delivery, what he's saying. It is, to me, it is filmmaking 101. That somebody talking can be extremely, extremely captivating stuff. It's beautiful work. Beautiful work. And this is coming from somebody who owns, I own multiple copies of JFK. I do enjoy the movie, even though, like I said, I think he extrapolates a little too far in some directions. But again, this doesn't take away that Donald Sutherland comes in and just rips the movie out from under its legs. And it leaves you almost in shock at how awesome it is and how good it is. And it's the editing, it's everything. But his performance is fantastic. I urge you that if you have never seen JFK, give it a shot simply from the movie standpoint. I mean, sure, you can sit there and say, this isn't real and that's not real, or this is real and this is exactly the way it happened. I don't think that's the case. But if you watch that scene with Donald Sutherland, you will be transported and you will be shocked. It's great. It is such a good scene. And yeah, I think he should have won Best Supporting Actor. I don't think he was even nominated. But he literally comes into a 3-hour movie for 10, 15 minutes and steals the entire movie. It's the first thing that I think of when I think of JFK. And it's great. It's great. So rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. You were amazing. I mean, he had amazing Backdraft. His character turn in Backdraft. Wow. And that's what he did most of all. In his later career, he mostly played these supporting characters and killed every time he was on screen. So, kudos. Donald Sutherland, one of the greats. And you know what was funny too is that I got into this thing where I was watching a bunch of clips from his movies, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, right? Just amazing, right? But he got, I think it was in 2017, he got an honorary Oscar. And he said he was quoting someone else, but he said he's holding up the award and he goes, I don't deserve this. But I have arthritis and I don't deserve that either. Thank you. And I just thought that was great. He's just class act. Like I don't think anybody had a bad thing to say about him. He was great. He was great. So rest well, sir. Just great stuff. So yeah. Now where's my, is it here? Yes. Good. Okay. Let's see. What happened? What happened while I was talking? Rip Sika. I don't know who that is. I mean, I saw the picture that you posted, but I'm not into wrestling, so I don't know who that is. But yes, rest in peace to that man. But yeah, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Yeah, I would like JFK more, but that movie is too damn long. I mean, I get that. I understand. But wow. He had a small but good role in The Italian Job at the beginning of the movie. Yeah, exactly. And hello, Robert. I saw you earlier. But yes, great in Citizen X. If JFK could be 1 hour shorter, I would like it more. I mean, that's fair to say. Definitely fair to say. But look, it was a bit of bad news that we got last week with Donald Sutherland. And unfortunately, we're sticking with the bad news for a minute. Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is raising prices again. And it seems like we're constantly raising prices on all the things. But yeah, $1 to the ad-free. So if you subscribe to the ad-free, I think it's starting, it's starting this August. So it's going to go to $12.99 for Paramount Plus. And if you subscribe to the with ads, it's going from $5.99 to $7.99. But here's the thing. How many of you are subscribed to Paramount Plus? Just curious. Because I will say this. Mayor of Kingstown. You should watch Mayor of Kingstown. Now here's the thing. I am not subscribed to Paramount Plus currently, but I've been considering signing up for a month just so I can watch the latest episode or the latest season of Mayor of Kingstown because Jeremy Renner is fantastic. It's another Taylor Sheridan show. That show is great. Show's really great. I didn't actually see Tulsa King before I before I canceled my Paramount Plus subscription. So yeah, you pay yearly for Paramount Plus. Yeah, I was going to, but then my wife said, I still haven't watched it. Like anything on it. Like I don't think she watched more than like a couple of hours the entire year that we had it. I watched it more. And she was like, well, I didn't. Yeah. So there you go. So Ito Ramos, I actually didn't say hi to you. Good to see you. You're sub to Paramount, Ricky. Wraith is. Tulsa King is fun. And Billy says, Paramount Plus is the worst streaming app I've ever used. They need to fix their shit before raising prices. Well, so many glitches, it's infuriating, and it's so slow. Billy, I'm just curious. I'm curious because I don't know how you imbibe your television stuff. Do you use the Apple TV to watch that stuff? Because I'll say that while it's not the fastest app, it didn't seem to bother me nearly as much as it seemed to bother you on the Apple TV. I think, honestly, I think probably HBO Max or Max and Disney Plus are probably the best. Like I can find stuff on there a much easier. And the thing that I wish that Max would bring back, ever since they got rid of the HBO part and it's just Max, my favorite thing that Max used to have is they had a coming soon section, so you knew what was coming soon, and they had a leaving this month section. And it wasn't a carousel thing, as you scroll down and you have to find it like it is now. It was its own selection. So you could go in there and look at every single movie that was leaving the service that month. And that's awesome. I wish they would bring that back. But yeah. Honestly, I just watched Jackass and Wild Boys on Paramount. Oh, and South Park specials. For a while, Paramount Plus would piss me off because the effing thing wouldn't load on my PS5. Well, there you go. That's another thing. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how people watch their stuff. Like I watch it. I have my Apple TV and I use the app or whatever, and it's really kind of awesome. But that's if you have an Apple TV. A lot of people don't. I know Billy does. I just don't know if he uses it for that. The new Beavis and Butthead? Yeah, I didn't watch any of that. Watched zero. I watch my streaming on the Roku TV apps. Yeah, see, that's another option. Like, I'll tell you this. I love my TV. I mean, seriously, my TV is really good. My biggest problem with my TV is the built-in stuff. Sucks so bad. Talk about slow. I don't like it. None of the other apps do what it does. Scrolling through episodes I'm slow and it lags. Also, there's no start over option while watching a show you already watched. I have to physically hit the rewind. Yeah, that's dumb. That's absolutely dumb. But yeah. But see, I'm not a big rewatcher right now. I'm definitely Amazon Max, Netflix. Netflix runs fine on my TV. Okay. No, sir, he doesn't like it. Dude, Ren and Stimpy, man. Good stuff. Even though, the creator's a creep. But we did have some good news this weekend. Great news, actually. Inside Out 2, in 2 weekends, has made almost $729 million in 2 weekends. 2 weekends. This is fantastic news. If you're a fan of theaters, you're a fan of watching the box office a little bit, you click on Worldwide and look at that. It's the #1 movie of the year in 2 weekends. It made more than the entire Dune Part 2 run, the entire Godzilla X Kong. It's broken all the records. It's the #1 weekend. It's the #1 second weekend. It's the #1 overall. Oh, this actually says 748. I wonder why it says. Maybe this is including the last couple of days too. But yeah, that is. Oh, look, it updated. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, there you go. It updated since I brought the freaking website up. 740. That is nuts. That is nuts. Now, do I think the movie's that good? Sure. But like I said, I'm a fan of the movie theater experience, so I love to see this because that means people are going to the theater, and I love that. I love it. And Inside Out 2 is a really, really fun movie. So yeah. I agree about the fast forwarding and such. My Paramount Plus, okay, never noticed anything like that. Well, see, hey, Carbonite, how are you watching it? How are you watching Paramount Plus? Are you watching it on an app? Like on a thing? Are you how are you watching it? Because I'm actually curious because I don't remember seeing that on my Apple TV. But I don't know. It's just been a while. I can tell you this. Every app sucks on if you the built-in smart TV app stuff. I don't like it. No, sir. I don't like it. I expect similar numbers for Deadpool and Wolverine. Yeah. Yeah. Which means everyone's favorite studio, Disney, is going to be raking in the money this year. After having a really bad year last year, they're having a stellar year so far. I mean, to make that kind of money, see, that's the thing. Think about this. In 2 weekends, they're in the green. They're in profit time. Every dollar that comes in now is profit. Every dollar. That's crazy to think about. And that's before it hits streaming. That's before it goes to 4K. That's before all of that. In 2 weekends. It's insane. So, I mean, look, I don't think anybody... I mean, I saw Dan Morell talking about this. He said it's just a shock because I don't think anybody saw this coming. That Inside Out 2 would be the movie that people just said, oh, let's go watch it. Like they expected big things, but they didn't expect that. That's crazy. And yes, there was another Apes movie. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Do you not watch my channel, Wraith? I'm just kidding. I loved it. I loved Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I don't know if I'm going to buy that in 4K on disc or not. I have Rise. So the first, so it's okay. So there's Rise. There's what's the second one called? Dawn. Rise, Dawn, War, Kingdom, right? I own Rise on Blu-ray, but I also own Rise, Dawn, and War in a 4K like digital set, right? So of course I have it digitally. I don't know if I need Kingdom in 4K, like on disc. I don't know if I'm going to watch it that much. I enjoyed it. I really liked it. It's probably my second favorite of the 4, but I don't know if I'm going to watch it again for a while. So I don't know if I need it on disc. But yeah, good stuff. But that's the thing. You know, you might be upset because, well, there's more money going in Disney's pocket. But look, you put out good movies, I'm cool with it. That's the way I look at it. And Inside Out 2 was fantastic. So those are fake purchases by robots. I mean, maybe. My little niece and nephew love going to the movies because they get to eat junk. Well, I mean, that is part of it. I mean, I would hope that there's a love for the movie experience and not just eating junk food. But I mean, you know, I guess. The built-in apps on my Hisense work great, but I choose my PS5. Do you notice any gaming lag on the Hisense? I don't have any lag issues, but I also have no issues playing a game at 30 FPS like some people do. Ah, see? Just kidding. Let's see how episode 10 does in the future. That is, if it is called episode 10. All I'm saying is that, I mean, look, you could probably say, you know, oh, it sucks, you know, Disney's making all this money or whatever, but I'm kind of like, I just like good movies. And Inside Out 2 is a good movie. And Deadpool and Wolverine looks like it's going to be a really fun movie. So, yeah, I don't know. Warner had a killer calendar year. They had Barbie. I mean, yeah, they had Barbie and Dune Part 2. But it seems like they've stepped back a little bit. Is Twisters Warner? It's going to be interesting to see what Twisters does. But we'll see. And most of the time I don't care about that stuff. I don't really and look, I'll be the first one to say it. Just because it's made a lot of money doesn't mean that you're going to love the movie. It just means that a lot of people went to see it. But the only thing I care about is that people are going to see movies in the theater. That's what I care about. And I'm happy. I'm happy about that. Watching on the Fire Stick and also on laptop. I don't understand. Well, okay. I'm a weird guy. I guess, because I do not like watching things on my computer. I just don't. Like I'll watch, YouTube or Twitch or something like that. But when something has a 5.1 track, I feel like it deserves to be listened to. And I feel like the sound adds so much to the movie experience, whether you're at home or in a theater, that I can't bring myself to watch a movie unless it's a movie I've seen, tons and tons of times. But most of the time when I'm watching something on, I mean, dude, even House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon's 5.1 is great. It's great. So yeah. And like I think The Acolyte is on right now. Episode 5 is on right now. I don't have any lag issues, but I also have no. I already said that. Must be my HDMI cable then. Yeah, I need to. I don't really have any issues. I think most of my old HDMI cables, I must have either bought high end ones back in the day, or most likely I've given them away and gotten new ones like that came. I try to be that guy that when I get a new thing that has an HDMI cable in it, I try to swap the HDMI cable and use the new one. So maybe that's why I've never had a problem. So yeah, low latency, but I don't use it. VRR. Showzama, what's going on? Just finished hanging with friends to make it to the show. What did I miss? Well, I went off on Star Wars a little bit. And, I mean, kind of Star Wars fans. I mean, not so much fans, but I'm kind of like, if you don't like something, just don't talk about it. Because, yeah, it feeds the thing. Diablo 4 is on sale for $63.99 at Best Buy. I may buy it. I'll tell you this. I have really enjoyed going through Diablo 4 as a necromancer this latest season. But I didn't play it for the last 2 days, and I got to be honest, I don't even miss it. I don't even miss it. Bucho, honestly, I don't miss it. So, there you go. Maybe I should just bring this up when it's time to be honest. Bucho, everybody. What if your PC is hooked up to a 4K 55-inch HDR TV and surround sound system like mine, though, Rob? I mean, if that's true, then yes. Sure. But does your laptop output 5.1? That's actually interesting. I've never tried that. I don't really have. Okay, my wife's laptop, which is much newer than mine. Mine is my old. This is an iMac. This is a MacBook Pro from. Does it say the date? I believe this is a late 2013 MacBook Pro. This is the one when I worked for the company that I was contracted with that company. Yeah. That was the laptop that I used. So this has been heavily used for about 6 years, and then I got a new one, and they let me have this one because it wasn't worth anything. So yeah. So this is old. I don't know. This one has HDMI out, but I don't know if it. I've never tried that. I've never tried to output HDMI 5.1. Interesting. Your gaming PC supports 5.1. Well, I know, but I was talking about like through the HDMI port. Of course, I mean, if you've got it hooked up with all the right stuff, then I guess, of course it would. Of course it would. If the game supports it or whatever. D4 with that Vessel of Hatred is 69 on PSN. Yeah. I gotta say, man, I don't know about that Vessel of Hatred, man. It's like, do I play it enough to warrant another $40? Do I need to spend another $40 on Diablo 4 after not even playing the previous season? Of course, this season has been the most fun I've had with Diablo 4 since it came out. Since the first, going through the campaign. I've had a lot of fun with this season. Season of Loot. It's just been fun. And the Necromancer was a blast to just plow through the levels. I mean, I was just like constantly leveling up. That's fun. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. I'll wait for a Switch port. May not get as well. I mean, at least not this generation of Switch. Maybe on the next one. But yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I can't really, I haven't played Diablo 3 in such a long time. I don't know. Oh, I'll tell you what though, Diablo 3, because I was playing it on Switch for a while, and then I moved back to my PlayStation and played it on the PS5. And wow, what a difference in the quality. I mean, it looks so much better on the PS5. I mean, it's the PS4 version, but still, the PS4 version of Diablo 3 was so much better than the Switch. So, but then, Diablo 3, on the Switch, I had the Ultimate Collection, so I had all the stuff. And Diablo, or the one on the PS4, I only had I think I just had the base game. I have to be careful and sip this last part because there's dregs. Dregs? Dregs. Little bits of tea in the bottom. I don't want to drink that. That'll do. That'll do. I want to replay D3. Oh, I went to replay D3 and it was fun, but I kind of got bored. I don't know if it's because how many times I've gone through it or not. Yeah, I went through D3 so much that there would be a new season and I'm like, okay, I'll play a little bit and level up through the what were those things? I can't remember what the kind of like the time trial thing. You get to the would all go red and anyway, basically dungeons. I don't know, where you're just basically killing monsters as fast as you can. So then it unlocks the boss, and then you beat the boss, and then you get a bunch of stuff, and you get stuff to unlock, and blah blah blah. But I just got sick of, playing the game. I want to bring this up because, and most people probably won't care, but this man is one of my heroes. So, Ben Burtt, sound designer for Star Wars, Indiana Jones, WALL-E, and so many movies. So many movies. He's done sound editing for tons of movies, including E.T. He's going to be honored by the Locarno Film Festival. I just thought that was super, super cool to see. Just because, like I said, Ben Burtt is one of the few people from Star Wars, or from Lucasfilm, I guess, that I have actually met and actually had a conversation with him, talking about his process and the way that he does things. And man, I think Ben Burtt is part of the reason why I love Star Wars. And so I love to see that he is being honored. I think that's awesome. So there you go. There you go. Ben Burtt, everybody. Everybody should look at Ben Burtt and thank him for the sounds of the lightsaber, the sounds of the TIE fighter, the sounds of Chewbacca, the sounds of R2-D2. I mean, the man is a legend. So, kudos. Now, there was a trailer that came out yesterday, day before, today. I don't remember when. All I know is it's freaking awesome and I'm very excited. And that is not it. Nosferatu. Robert Eggers, who did The Witch, he did The Northman, he's doing Nosferatu. If you haven't seen this trailer, I would say go watch it because you'll get an idea. But it's basically the original vampire. I love it. I love this trailer. It looks awesome. Willem Dafoe's in it. Bill Skarsgård is playing the Nosferatu. It looks amazing to me, and I can't wait. Of course you can wait, right? Of course you can wait, Rob. Of course, there's nothing to do but wait for Nosferatu, but I am excited. This comes out around Christmas time. Very excited about that. Very excited. So there you go. There's that. Let's see. Wait. I forgot what they're called. Yeah, I don't remember what they're called either. It's some. It blinks red and it goes. It has found you. And because I was so strong as a sorcerer, I would just destroy it like completely, like in seconds, and it's dead. I was so leveled up on D3, but I was never one of those that I never got big on the leaderboards and all that kind of stuff. I didn't care. I just want to have fun by myself. I don't know. I'm weird that way, I guess. But there you go. Now, I have gone on a kick, a little bit of a kick on noir movies. And the noir kind of idea. Talk about another set or another, that's kind of a subgenre, but man, I would love to make a noir movie. Well, there's news of this. As Chinatown turns 50, Robert Towne reflects on his Netflix prequel with David Fincher and writing Jack Nicholson's most iconic role. So a prequel of Chinatown with David Fincher. I don't know. I don't know about this. This scares me a little bit because Chinatown is a classic, but it's David Fincher. So I kind of went, oh, maybe this could be good, but that's coming. That's coming. So maybe. But there's also this. And I kind of gave it away earlier. But look, this is not going to be for everybody, but I want to bring it to your attention just in case you're interested. Okay? I'm interested in good storytelling. True Noir is a fully immersive audio drama from Max Allan Collins, who wrote The Road to Perdition. All I can say is that Robert Meyer Burnett is producing this, and he is recording this stuff as we go, like right now. Let's see. Do I have that on here? Yeah. Teaser poster for True Noir. It is recording starting June 10th in New York City and Los Angeles. So yeah, directed by RMB. He's producing it, and Max Allan Collins is writing it. Now, I got to hear, I say I got to. Robert Meyer Burnett posted a proof of concept of what this show is going to be like. Okay? So I'm going to put this in chat if anybody's interested. This is the 5.1 mix. Right there. And then the stereo mix is right here. I gotta say, very well done. Very well done. I was super impressed, and I immediately wanted to listen to this. And like I said, it's recording now, and apparently they're gonna do a Kickstarter where you basically pay the money and then you get the thing. So really, really excited to see what this is going to be like. And like I said, I listened to both the 5.1 and the stereo, was very, very impressed with the quality of the acting. And he said, basically, these are, it's basically like watching a story on, on a streaming show or whatever, and you're listening to it and it said 5.1. It's awesome. So there you go. Just in case, keep this on your radar. I will be keeping it on my radar. And of course, when the Kickstarter is posted, I will let you guys know in case you're interested. because I like noir stuff. And I think noir movies, I mean, really, I gotta give it to Shozama. You know, I've said it before. We've butted heads a couple of times. And that's fine. That's what friends do. But Shozama and I, we have a love for the noir. And Shozama turned me on to Out of the Past. And man, ever since then, I've been kind of on a noir kick. It was really good. I watched Double Indemnity the other day. By the way, I'm just gonna say this. If you own the recent release of Double Indemnity on Criterion, I would like for you to read the liner note or the essay and let me know what you think. Because I thought this person was way off. And it actually kind of irritated me by the end of it. So I'll just say that. Like, do you even understand what noir is? Seriously, how did they get this person to write this? And then you look up the person and you're like, oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. But anyway, I also have a set of books coming. Dashiell Hammett's books in a box set. It's coming here. I'm going to read Dashiell Hammett's noir movies or noir books. And of course, The Maltese Falcon is one of them. You know, I'm excited. I'm excited to read those. So there you go. Ben Burtt was the sound effects editor for 2012. Wait. Sound accompaniment for the 1927 silent film Wings. Ah, okay. I should rewatch it. Ben Burtt's amazing. The dude's good. So, yeah. Heck yes, I've read more noir than any other genre in the last decade or so. Well, there you go. I'm excited to dig into some of that because I've never read a Dashiell Hammett book story. So there you go. Let's see. I got just a couple more things. We might end early tonight just because, you know, my niece is here. So, might hang out with her. But I don't know if you guys are a fan of Alfonso Cuarón. I am. Children of Men, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, the best Harry Potter movie. Yeah, I like Alfonso Cuarón. He's got this series coming out on Apple TV Plus, set to premiere in October, called Disclaimer. Now this stars Cate Blanchett, Kevin Kline, Sacha Baron Cohen, Cody Smith-McPhee. I like all those people. As actors, I like all of them. That premieres October 11th. Here's the synopsis. Acclaimed journalist Catherine Ravenscraft built her reputation revealing the misdeeds and transgressions of others. When she receives a novel from an unknown author, she is horrified to realize she is now the main character in a story that exposes her darkest secrets. As Catherine races to uncover the writer's true identity, she is forced to confront her past before it destroys both her own life and her relationships with her husband Robert and their son Nicholas. Disclaimer, any resemblance to persons living or dead is not a coincidence. I think this sounds interesting. So, there you go. Alfonso Cuarón, Cate Blanchett, Kevin Kline. Sounds good. Sounds good. I think it sounds good. Could be terrible, but it sounds good. I don't know what noir really means, but I have that box set of 50 crime movies that are black and white. Well, Ricky, noir movies are sort of like, you know, the hard-boiled. I mean, I always think of like Mickey Spillane type, Humphrey Bogart type, you know, sitting in a, you know, behind a desk, the hard-boiled detective smoking a cigarette, you know, the light coming in, the blinds, you know, breaking up the light, you know, and he's talking about how she walked in with a, you know, the smell of turnips and rosebuds and maybe a hint of regret. But I was attracted to her all the same. I don't know. I'm just saying, you know what I'm talking about? That's noir, right? To me, that's noir. And Out of the Past is a great example. Double Indemnity, a great example. Usually there's a narration. But yeah, beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Talking about Kate, I'm stoked for Borderlands. It really looks fun. I hope so. Man, I don't know. I described it perfectly. You think so? I get what you mean by noir. I love those types of things then. Well, like I said, I don't. But that to me, that's what noir is, and it's fun. It's fun stuff. It's good. Road to Perdition, man, that's a good movie. That's a good movie. I need to see that one again. In fact, I think I only have that on DVD. I don't think I own that on anything better. That's a good movie. I need to see that again. But yeah, Borderlands, man, I want Borderlands to be great, but man, I don't know. That trailer looks shaky a little bit. Little bit shaky. But I don't know. I remember the hype for Dick Tracy back in the early 90s. I still like that movie. I don't care what anybody says. I wouldn't call that noir. That's more of just comic book pulpy pop style. It's different. It's a different thing. But yeah, I mean it could be. I love that movie though. I don't even care. I don't even care. And it's probably, is that the hottest Madonna's ever looked? Maybe. Breathless. Al Pacino, man. Wow. Wow. In that movie, wow. You know? Just wow. But let's see. Me and the missus actually headed out on Saturday to a screening of The File on Thelma Jordan 1950, but got caught in a traffic jam and missed it. Oh, that sucks. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Interesting though. Are you aware this weather is perfect for watching movies in a cinema? Beat the Heat Sunday, watching Ghost in the Shell 2, Innocence. Cinema is great. Yes, I agree. I'm going to the cinema on Thursday afternoon to watch Horizon, the new Kevin Costner Western. So there you go. I wish I can go to a drive-in again. We need more of those. You know, the thing about drive-ins, it's a cool experience, but to me, most of the experience is sound. And you just can't get good sound at a drive-in. You just can't. It's impossible. Or at least I mean the only two options that I remember were the little speakers that you hang on your window, or you tuned in to a station on your radio and it would play through your car speakers. That's not ideal sound. I want enveloping sound. I want a surround sound experience. But I get what you're saying. Especially for an older movie, that might be really fun. Like something from like like something like that. The File on Thelma Jordan from 1950, sitting in a drive-in. It's in mono anyway. That could be fun. Always Sunny did a noir episode, and it's probably my favorite episode of the show. There you go. There you go. She has the kind of eyes you could fall in and winter in and even summer in, too. Great quote on that episode. Definition of noir, a genre of crime film or fiction characterized by cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity. Okay. I mean, I didn't know what the actual definition of it is, but I just know it when I see it. And to me, Out of the Past is like the perfect noir. Double Indemnity is like the perfect noir. Even parts of Blade Runner fit sort of a lot of that noir kind of feeling, even though it's in color. I always think that the black and white really adds to that feeling for me, but I don't know. I always put great sound systems in all my vehicles. I got to have my bass and clear mids. But see, that's the thing though. Are they transmitting a good signal, a good enough signal, so that when your car picks it up, it's able to decode it into an awesome experience? I would think that they would probably only be transmitting stereo, if that. And at that point, I feel like you're missing a lot. But that's just me. I've been on a martial arts kick. Hey. Yeah. I mean, look, I showed you those 5 freaking martial arts box sets that I have down here. Then we got Shawscope Volume 3 coming out. I still need to get the Shaw Classics, the Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 4. I've got a lot of martial arts in my future. A lot. I want a better 4D experience. What's the 4D? Is that the one that shakes your or rumbles and stuff? Is that what you're talking about? I saw Night of the Living Dead in 1990 at the drive-in and didn't finish the movie since it was raining and I was in the back of the truck. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I saw I think the last drive-in movie that I actually went to is one that my dad shouldn't have taken me to in 1987. Pretty sure it's 1987. Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. And I was too young for that. So, yes, not good. Not a good experience for me. But what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? So yeah. What's your major malfunction, Dad? Look, I don't think my dad was. Well, you know what part of it is? Okay, so I don't know if everybody has got this kind of relationship in their lives, but my dad had a really close friend that would come over all the time and hang out. And he'd just on a Friday or Saturday night, he would just sit there and watch TV with us. You know, he'd bring in a 6-pack of beer, and sometimes he'd bring in a freaking whole pizza, full pizza, and he would sit there and eat his pizza, drink his beer, and chill out with us and talk and smoke. You know, they smoked back then, and whatever. And that was the thing. That's what happened. You know, when Ray came over, it was time to hang out with, and he was my godfather too. I'm pretty sure it was Ray's idea to go to this movie. But yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea for me to watch Full Metal Jacket at 11 years old and see a guy sitting on the toilet and with a shotgun. And yeah, not a good idea. Dad, Ray, of course, what are you gonna do? Unforgiven is on sale for $4.99 on Apple, and so is The Thing. Hey, those are a couple of good movies. Here's the thing, and this is something that you guys, if you're into movies, and I don't even care if you're a big physical media guy like me. Like, I don't even think I'm that big of a physical media guy. I get a release, maybe 2 releases a month, maybe. Sometimes I'll get crazy, go nuts for a minute and buy a bunch of box sets. But for the most part, I don't buy a whole lot of physical media. But digital is good for those movies where you're like, I don't really need the disc. So every Tuesday and every Friday on iTunes or on Apple TV, whatever you want to say, the Apple Store, they release, or that's when movies come out, but also that's when they do their sales. So between Tuesday and Friday, you typically have a pretty good sale going on. And then on Friday, you have another sale going on. And if you go to that link that's in my description, this one right here, you go to this link. Well, not that. I'm waiting for it to come up. It shows you. So this is on iTunes, deals by day. And today, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, $10. The Departed, $8. Madam Web, $8 if you want to do it. Hey, Conan the Destroyer, $5. Unforgiven, there it is, $5. Both National Treasure movies, $5. So for those movies that you're like, I don't know if I need the disc, you can find a lot of movies for sale. There you go. Quick and the Dead, Nightcrawler. That's an amazing movie. Memento, $8. Eastern Promises, $5. Sandlot, $5. Phone book. I mean, come on. Oh, and I didn't even mention that deal right there. $50 for 6 Studio Ghibli. I know you guys told me before. How to say it. But there you go. $50 for 6 of them. But yeah, good deals. Every Tuesday, every Friday. Hurt Locker. Hey, if you want to watch Pearl Harbor, you can for $5. So there you go. Bunch of movies. High Plains Drifter, $5. Flight Plan with my crush. I'm just gonna say it. My crush on Jodie Foster. I don't know why. Just I always have. Always have. But what's cool is if you're looking for physical media, you can use that same link, click on Amazon, and do the same thing. Look at there. The entire Berserk collection for $51.49. The entire Expanse for $56. And you can say, hey, I just want just 4K Blu-ray. I just want 4K or I just want 3D. I want Blu-ray box sets. I want TV. That's what's cool. So you just click on 4K and bam, it's sorted for you. These are the deals by day. The lowest prices. It's a good thing. It's a good resource. It's a good resource. So there you go. Thank you for bringing that up, Ricky, because damn, you know. Rachel, welcome. Good to see you. I was talking about Society of the Snow the other day. Yeah. Good stuff. Starship Troopers. Waterworld. I mean, look. Hey. Some good movies in there. And sure, some of them, yeah, you'll want to pick up the disc if you're into collecting physical. But there's some of them that you're kind of like, don't even really need the disc. $5. Bam. I remember Jay saying he liked Meg Ryan. Oh, I like Meg Ryan too. Back in the day. Not so much now. But for me, it's Jodie Foster. I like Jodie Foster a lot. I do. I don't care. I don't care who she's into. I don't care who she's married to. I've always had a crush on Jodie Foster. That's just the way it is. Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more. Good, Bad, and Ugly and Duck You Sucker together for $20. I mean, I have the set on DVD. And I know I spent more than $20 on that. So yeah, and I think Good, Bad, and the Ugly is in 4K for that price. That's a hell of a deal. Hell of a deal. Lil Pee-wee, Studio Ghibli, more like studio bullshit movies, am I right? I mean, I like those. But no, seriously. So I started off the entire stream tonight talking about Star Wars. Right? Let's end with what I think is maybe some good news about Star Wars. Ben Mendelsohn returning for Andor Season 2. Yeah. So here's the thing. This comes from the playlist. It says, this is what it says. You ready? You ready? You ready for the proof? Because I was like, I need proof. This is what it says. Late last week, we talked to Mexican filmmaker Alonso Ruiz Palacios for his excellent and upcoming kitchen drama, La Cocina, which stars Raul Briones and Rooney Mara, and a very eclectic cast of newcomers. Already revealed as one of the directors of Season 2 of Andor, along with Ariel Kleiman and Giannis Metz. While Ruiz Palacios was paranoid about saying anything about Andor given how secretive Lucasfilm is, he did seem to slip up on some details inadvertently. He said directing episodes of the series was a treat, especially directing heavyweight actors like Stellan Skarsgård, Forrest Whitaker, and Ben Mendelsohn. So I would say that's pretty much confirmed that Ben Mendelsohn will return as Director Krennic for Andor Season 2. Boom. I'm excited. I think Ben Mendelsohn is pretty much golden in everything he's in. So the fact that Andor Season 2 is supposed to take us right up to the beginning of Rogue One, I think this is a good choice. I think this is good. It's good. So we'll see. I don't hate all their movies, but I absolutely loathe all of their English dubs of their movies. Makes my ears bleed. Yeah, most of the time when you buy a foreign film on iTunes, at least, and this has been my experience, when you buy a movie like that on iTunes, you get a subtitled option and you get a dubbed option as well. if a dubbed option is available. So you get to choose, you know? Now, sometimes with anime, they do it where there's a subtitled release and there's a dubbed release, which is kind of crap in my opinion. I think if you're buying like an entire season of an anime or whatever, I believe that you should be able to make that choice yourself and maybe switch between them. The DVDs and Blu-rays always seem to have that option. Why not the digital version? But hey, that's just me. But yeah, fantastic, fantastic news. I'm excited for Andor season 2. Yes. Yes. Ben Mendelsohn as Orson Krennic returning Andor season 2. Let's go. I'm excited. I just bought the Clint Eastwood collection, and Good, the Bad, the Ugly is 4K. Of course it is, because I own that too. Because I said, I really want the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in 4K, because that movie's great. But I could, at the time, I could buy the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for like $12.99, or I could buy the entire set for $20. And so I bought the entire set for $20. And so I got basically all of those movies upgraded to HD. But I think mine came with Hang 'em High instead. So I think I got that one. I don't think I have Duck You Sucker digitally. I just have the DVD. I gotta be honest, not a huge fan of Duck You Sucker. It was fine. It's James Coburn. It doesn't seem to really fit in with the other ones. It's except I guess maybe it's because it's Sergio Leone. But yeah. I just saw it came with Hang 'em High. It's way better than Duck You Sucker anyways. There you go. There you go. Cynicism, fatalism, and moral ambiguity are my top 3 things to have in a story. I'm telling you, Bucho, as a noir fan, I might just have to scan in that article or that essay, put in the Criterion version, which to me is like, I mean, look, I know people can get really snobby about their movies, right? And I'm in a lot of ways, I could be that snob, right? But to me, Criterion sort of resembles sort of the top tier. The best of the best when it comes to a physical release, right? And every bit of that should be at the highest standards, right? We're talking about a great transfer, great audio options, great commentaries, great documentaries, and if available, a great essay. And man, this essay on Double Indemnity drove me insane. So I'm actually curious what you would think about it. Being somebody who's as open-minded as I am, like I feel like Bucho and I have similar tastes, and we don't have a similar background, of course, but we have a similar way of looking at things that's very, very open-minded. I would love to hear your thoughts. So Bucho, be expecting because I don't know if you even have the ability to get Criterion releases in New Zealand. Like, I don't know if they sell them there. You'd have to import them, which would be very expensive, I would think. Because Criterion releases, do they have different? I think they release stuff in the UK and they release stuff in the US, but they don't release stuff in other countries, to my knowledge. But I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you check out my earlier recommendation comment? Are you talking about Ghost in the Shell? Oh no, I missed it. I'm sorry, I missed it. What did you say about Society of the Snow? Dang it. No, Rachel, it was something not on stream. I was just talking about it to who was I talking about it to? Oh wait, when was I talking about it? Oh, I know. It was a comment. It was a comment that somebody requested some of my favorite foreign films. And so I gave them a bunch of foreign film recommendations and decided The Snow was one of them. That's what it was. Also, check out the 2-pack deal for the Three Musketeers Part 1 D'Artagnan and the Three Musketeers Part 2 Milady. I missed that. Was this a digital? I did not see that. Did I pass it? I'm glad you said that, because I want to see those. Because man, I love the Three Musketeers sort of stuff too. I did not see it. Where is it? What movie's that from? Okay, I do not see it. You know what? Screw that. I'm not even going to look. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this here so my face isn't so damn bright. Now I'm just going to open up the Apple TV app, because that's what I can do because I'm on a Mac. So take that. Three Musketeers. Is this it? Okay, that's D'Artagnan. Is it part of related bundles? The Three Musketeers Epic Collection for $30. Interesting. Or it's $20 each. I may wait on that just a bit, because $30 is still a lot of money for. Let me see, the Three Musketeers. Oops. D'Artagnan it's actually available on Hoopla, to watch on Hoopla. Guess who also has Hoopla? And then Milady is on Apple TV right now, apparently. Wait, is that true? Look, we're just going on an adventure. Musketeers, which you can't really see what I'm doing because I can't bring up the Apple TV thing. Milady. Okay, it's not available to just watch there. I wonder why it says that. It says watch now, stream for free. Why does it say that? You're wrong, Just Watch, you son of a. Interesting. Okay, I'm glad that that's not playing audio, because you know what would happen? They would probably claim this stream faster than you can say butt face. Anyway. Let's see. Kind of, mostly. What? Director Krennic was great. Yes. I don't hate all their movies, but I absolutely loathe all of their. Oh, we already said that. And did you check out my earlier comment? I did now. And we went on a, I don't know, 45-minute detour. Just brought the Criterion release of Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, and it's wonderful. I still haven't seen that. Is that still available on the Netflix? I can't spell, apparently. Pinocchio 2022. No, that's the Tom Hanks version. Do I have to put in... Son of a bitch. Oh, Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. There we go. It is on Netflix. Okay. I need to watch that. I also need to watch the All Quiet on the Western Front. I have it in my watch list, or on my my wish list on Amazon for the 4K, but the 4K keeps like going up. I'm like, do I just buy it? I don't know. Do I buy it now? Do I wait? Is it going to be a sale? I mean, we got Prime Day coming up next month sometime, July 16th, I think. Digital 4K. So yeah, I prefer Kino Lorber commentaries for film noir than Criterion. Well, that's the thing. I don't own. I honestly, film noir is something that I've always liked, but as I said, all credit to you. Out of the Past awakened something in me that made me go, I want more of this. And since I just streamed Out of the Past because I think it was on Hoopla, yeah, I don't know. But the thing is I mean, it all depends on the person anyway, the person doing it. I mean, you can have great commentaries from, for movies by this guy, but then this guy really kind of, he's fine. He's not as entertaining or whatever. One of my favorite commentaries is, of course, Roger Ebert on Citizen Kane. I learned so much listening to that commentary. And then, of course, Ridley's commentaries are my favorite commentaries ever. Ridley commentaries. So I'm really excited. The next movie on my list is Thelma and Louise. I haven't seen that since it came out, and watching it again in 4K, Criterion release. Looking forward to it. Men in Black. Aye, you got it. Where is it? Yeah. There you go. I'm glad you liked it that much. I feel like it should have a review. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I missed the boat on that for it being, it's not one of those movies that, because here's the thing. Yes, I could do a review for it. It wouldn't get very many views. So it's not about the views. It's about the people just, clicking on it to watch it. Since Society in the Snow is not one of those movies that is in the conversation very much, I'm too small to add to that conversation. So I feel like it would be a waste of time and energy to put that out there, and probably only 20 people would watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how I look at it. But again, I didn't think At Close Range would be the kind of movie that people would click on, and yet that one's got like 1,600 views now, which is crazy. I keep getting comments on that movie, and it may be my title, it might be my thumbnail, I don't know, but people watch the crap out of that. I mean, 1,600 views for me is not normal. Most of my videos get like 150, 200 views, and that's it. So you never know. Heck yeah, dude, send it my way. Drop it in the Discord DM when you get a spare minute. I plan to head back to the Discords this weekend, so I should see it pop up. Okay. In fact, I'm going to grab it right now. And you might be wondering, Rob, why would you not want to read that live on stream? Because I don't know if I could keep my opinions to myself. I'll say this. I'm going to scan that in, and I'm going to send it to Bucho. If you would also like me to send it to you, hit me up in Discord, or just let me know. And I'll just say, yeah, sure. And it's not, yeah. Yeah, sure. Skip the Wait. Oh, really? Are they that good? Shozama. The Three Musketeer ones. Because, man, $30. Like, I would rather, honestly, right now, I would rather spend $32 and get the 4K of Lawrence of Arabia that I've been waiting on to drop. You know what I'm saying? And Lawrence, man. Favorite speech in a movie? Oh my God. Might be Donald Sutherland in JFK. Seriously. I'm still shocked at how good that scene is. I just watched a clip of it earlier today because I was trying to get screen caps and I couldn't find a good one. Yeah. But yeah, I found that one and I'm like, dude, that's perfect because it that encapsulates that scene And basically what it is him sitting there telling him stuff. Donald Sutherland telling Kevin Costner stuff. And it's that might be my favorite. It's that good. It's 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 so good. The acting is so good. The editing's great. The music's great. Of course, John Williams with the music. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's filmmaking 101. It's like, to me, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, I want to do something that comes close to that. You know, I want to be that good someday to be able to make a scene like that that just makes you riveted. I want that. So, but anyway, other what did you say? Speeches. I'll tell you, Evil is an Abstract from Dogma. That's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I was actually thinking of the second one that came to my head was Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate. When he goes off at the end. I'm a fan of man. I like that. I think it's really cool. But I was also thinking, let's see. Dude, Jack Nicholson, A Few Good Men. I mean, right? That's a good one. I mean, look, those three, pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. I have to buy them separately since I had bought the first one when it came out. Okay. The Money speech from Network is one of my favorite movie speeches. Network, I own. I still haven't watched it yet because it's on the AFI Top 100 list, and I need to watch those with April. We haven't watched it yet, so I'm excited to see. That's a movie that I am excited to see, and we haven't seen it yet. The Pursuit of Happiness speech at the end. I don't know if I've seen that. No, I haven't seen that. Oh, the deleted Evil is an Abstract from Dogma. Interesting. I like Gordon Gekko's speech about greed, Leo's speech about picking up the phone and start dialing in Wolf of Wall Street. Oh, Wraith. So basically there's a okay, this is I'm okay, I'm going to say this one more time. There is in every Criterion release, most Criterion releases, not every single one, but you usually have your multiple discs, right? And you've got a little pamphlet or book or something like that with an essay about the movie or whatever. And the essay is about Double Indemnity, but it's also about film noir in general. And I feel like the writer completely doesn't understand film noir. And I'll just leave it there. You'll know when you read it why I might not want to say more. But I feel like I just feel like it's way off base. And I would appreciate if you're a fan of film noir, if you read it and you think you agree with me, or you might say, no, I can see that too. I don't know. I feel like extremely, because I had just finished watching the movie and I'm sitting there basking in the beauty. I'm telling you, this is an amazing film. An amazing film. It's one of the first film noir. This is from 1944. It's a beautiful movie. Fred McMurray and Edward G. Robinson. Oh my, I mean, seriously, Barbara Stanwyck. This is a fantastic movie. So I'm, like I said, I just finished it. I'm sitting there going, this man, what a great movie. And I start reading this essay and I'm going, what are you talking about? And like I said, I'm a pretty open-minded guy. But I fundamentally disagree with almost every word that this person says. So there you go. I get what you're saying, but you are far from small. Nah, I mean, I'm pretty tiny. What I'm talking about is to me, it's the zeitgeist, right? I want to add to the conversation. And at least with 150, 200 views, I'm getting closer to that. But when I just don't feel like Society of the Snow is going to, get me a bunch of views. But it's also, I want more people to talk about it to me. But I also don't know if I have anything to add to the conversation that hasn't already been said. I mean, it was already up for I mean, like if I'd watched it when it came out and reviewed it before it got nominated for an award, that would be one thing. But for me to watch it so late, it doesn't feel like it would do anything. And it's not anything against, a video that doesn't get views, because you know me. I don't mind putting up a video that I know won't get a bunch of views. I mean, look at my what was that last one I did? My little vlog one. See, okay, I'll give you an example. So, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, 159. Late Night with the Devil, 145. Civil War, 598. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, 960. Much more than I thought. The Fall Guy, 161. Planet of the Apes, The Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, 330. The Hunt for Gollum, just me talking about The Hunt for Gollum, got 485 views. Furiosa, 181, which is still respectable. Inside Out 2, 297. And this last one where I talk about fan edits, why I'm not doing fan edits much anymore, and why I'm not reviewing Indian films that much anymore, 58 views. So I don't mind not getting the views, but I like at least having it be part of the conversation, if that makes sense. So anyway. The speech. Okay. Henry V, St. Crispin's Day speech was pretty great. I've never seen Henry V. I've never read the play, and it's on my watch list. It is literally, are you talking about Kenneth Branagh's Henry V? Because I have not seen that. I mean, pretty much anything Kenneth Branagh in any of the Shakespeare stuff that he's done. I mean, crap. The President's Speech in Armageddon. The President's Speech from ID4. Yeah. Today we celebrate our Independence Day. Music swells. Randy Quaid. I'm gonna get them sons of bitches. Whatever he says, I can't remember. I couldn't get chat to load, but yo, Rufus the Red, welcome. Good to see you. It's kind of random. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Rachel, but that's okay. You're Diabloing? There you go. But anyway, yeah. That's the thing. Like I feel like I'm not a noir movie aficionado, but I'm definitely open-minded to many different genres of film, and I feel a pretty good feel of what a noir movie is supposed to be. That's not it. So I want, yeah. Man, I have a lot of thoughts and I want to say them. In fact, I almost seriously, I was sitting there reading it and reading excerpts from this essay to my wife. And I said, I seriously want to write this person. I want to look her up online. I want to write and say, you are so way off. And she goes, yeah, oh no, she's definitely wrong. But no. And I'm like, okay, well, what I want is I want the opinion of somebody who enjoys the genre and won't take offense to the things that I might say. I'll say this. Of all the people that have been watching Order 42 this entire time, I would say that Bucho has heard more of the absolute worst that I am capable of saying. If that makes sense. So yeah. Let's see, wait. Watch the original Scarface movie from the 30s. Spencer. You know what? That is a movie that I have thought about, but I've never watched it. 1932. I'll tell you though, this is the kind of movie that makes you want to go through all of their filmographies and just watch everything. Like I want to see all the Edward G. Robinson movies now. Yeah, it's not available to stream anywhere. The original Scarface. Paul Mooney and Dvorak, Karen Morley, Osgood Perkins, C. Henry Gordon, George Raft, Boris Karloff. All right. Jean Harlow. Yeah, I need to put this on my list. Where is my list? It is here. No, not 1092, 1932. And that was Spencer. Thank you, Spencer. Other than being hot, doing good, my friend. I hope all is well with you, Bucho. I mean the number of reviews. Oh, up and down, up and down. Yeah, but the one where I'm like, I feel like this one would be like a 58. Like I don't think a lot of people would watch a review of the Society of the Snow at this point. Like all of those are movies that have come out, like most of those are on the day of release. And you know what I mean? So I don't know. Hey man, I sent you my Batman Forever Neon Nightmare fan edit. I would love to discuss it with you sometime, even if you think it sucks. Where did you send this? Slades. Now, like I said in my vlog that barely anybody watched, Discord. Okay. Yeah, it's one of those things where lately my time has been divided a bunch of different ways. So did you send it to me in a direct message? Okay, why is this doing this? Like I can't see the entire name. Yes. Okay. Ah, got it. Got it. Oh, you did, man. You sent that to me a while ago. Yeah, and it's just been one of those things I just haven't, like I don't even know if I even download it. Uh this is the final version. Okay, wait. When did I don't even remember seeing the notification on that. That says June. Like a couple weeks ago. I don't have a desk. What the hell? Why am I not getting notifications? Interesting. Okay, well, I mean, I'll look. I'll try. I'll try to get to it. And yeah, I will tell you if you want that kind of feedback, you know, critical like I don't try to mince words, but I also try to keep your feelings in check because there have been a couple where I'm like, this is rough. This is pretty rough. But I know Batman Forever well enough that I just have to watch the movie. So that one I might be able to swing. Um um why is okay. Can I do this? Apparently I can. Okay. It is downloading now. And that's big. But look, like I said, I'll I'll get to it when I get to it. I apologize that it's taken so long, but I've just had, my brain's been in different places, and I'm trying to think of what's going to maximize my time and my viewers' time. And fan edits have been just not on my radar. You know what I mean? Yeah, that the Scarface definitely is a remake, but I never saw the original one. I'm not a huge fan of the Brian De Palma version, even though I love Brian De Palma. I don't really care for that movie, but I would definitely like to see the original. I want to watch any and all versions of it. Well, Lil Pee Wee, how about this? Slades, are you still here? And if so, would you mind if I sent that link? Because I don't have, Little Pee Wee's not in my Discord, but his brother is. Do you mind if I send that link to Ricky and have Ricky download that for his brother? Would that be okay with you? Absolutely. Okay. Ricky, I'm sending you a link in the Discord. Have we ever, I don't even know if we've actually ever done that. I mean, you've been in my chats and stuff, but why is it doing that? It's not showing the entire thing. Can I, oh my God. Okay. I just sent you a link to the thing. So take that. I mean, look, we try to make things happen here. And if somebody wants to see something and I actually have a link to it from the guy who did the thing, then yeah, I'll send it. I mean, that's never happened. But that way, yeah, that way you can watch it. See what you think. What's it? I don't know what I'm doing. The PS2 game is great also. Oh. Absolutely Critical would be awesome. iNightmares helped me out with some of the suggestions with the technical stuff. Okay. Yeah, iNightmares, I did a review of one of his movies. I've never watched the Pacino version all the way. I loved all the promotional stuff from Batman Forever when that was hyping up the movie. All that cool neon graffiti and the question marks and the two-headed quarters everywhere. Yeah. Look, Batman Forever is it's not Burton, right? It's not Burton at all. And it feels very different. Val Kilmer was a way different Batman. But I enjoy it. And again, I'll say it again. It's the hottest Nicole Kidman's ever looked. She was hot in that movie. So there you go. I'll do it later. I'm marathoning the Bad Boys movies right now. Oh, well, look, here's this thing. Hey, I'm just saying. I sent Ricky the thing, and then he can give it to you or whatever. Do a thing. Necromancer's fun, right? And there's a piece of armor that will grant you 2 extra things to unlock. And it gives you basically an army of skeletons and stuff. It's awesome. I really enjoyed it. Same with Cameron Diaz in The Mask. You're not kidding. Man, she's never been hotter. I mean, she's got the cute thing going on and like there's something about Mary and stuff, but she is smoking in The Mask. No pun intended. But yeah, she was, man, amazing. I'll certainly drop when I'm watching to watch Batman Forever. Okay, well, there you go. I want that armor. We need a new Overlord game. I don't think I've ever played that. But yeah, it's one of those things, it's one of those pieces of armor. I don't know how much you played Diablo 4. but it does this thing where it's kind of like they did a similar thing in Diablo 3 where if you salvage a piece of armor that you don't like, but it's got that attribute or whatever, I don't even know what it's called. It goes into your codex of power, and then you can put that on other pieces of armor, right? So there you go. I'm back. Had to slip into something a little more sexy. Oh, Carbonite. Stop it. Because this is a PG show, number one. Number two, I don't like to get distracted. So maybe a bit too sexy. Just saying. Maybe too sexy. But yeah. Do I actually have anything left to talk about on the no, we kind of blew through all the news items. Pixar, it didn't happen. There you go. See? Telling you, things get randy in here sometimes. Just saying. So between Jodie Foster and Cameron Diaz, Nicole Kidman, Carbonite, getting crazy up in here. Getting crazy up in this piece. So what else do we want to talk about? Obi-Rob Kenobi. Let's see if it actually works with the new thing. Oh, Jennifer Connelly and career opportunities. I mean, the hotspot is another thing. But yeah, career opportunities. It's not working. But this is Streamlabs' fault. Here's the thing. Wraith tried to help me out with the Streamlabs integration into OBS. The problem is the plugin that works and that makes it work like, you know, like this new thing, it's not available for Mac yet. So yeah, I could use my 10-year-old PC. I don't know how old it is actually. My old PC to stream and have to move everything over and redo everything to make it work on PC, or we could just deal with it, you know, and hey, it's a little thing. But here's the thing, Ricky, I appreciate the $2 super chat. Obi-Rob Kenobi. It'll come up eventually. It will. I know it will, because it always does. Sometimes it just takes a while. And what's weird is I know that I tested this because I got a sub like 2 hours ago. Okay, 4 hours ago. And it came up through. It came up fine. I wonder if okay, Alan, if you're here, I'm putting it in anyway. Look at that. It came right up. That came right up. Hello there. Came right up. So it's not the integration between Streamlabs and OBS. It's Streamlabs itself hooked into YouTube. That's the problem. So it's something between YouTube and Streamlabs that's really the problem. Just saying. Matt Walls, hello, how's it going? Good to see you. We don't get to see, we'll get to see it. It'll just take a while. But I don't understand it. I don't understand why Streamlabs is having a problem with super chats. I wonder if there's a different way to do it instead of through Streamlabs. Oh, I was about to say. Okay, that's weird. It's only...
Obi-Rob Kenobi.
So cool. But yeah, I didn't even do anything. And it just came through. So it just takes, for some reason, that takes a while. But there you go. I could send you a link to that mini PC if you care at all. They're cheap and it runs real good. Well, Ricky, here's the thing. I just don't care that much. You know? Streamlabs really isn't reliable even directly from their site. Yeah, that's true. Wasn't there another called Kick? Well, Kick is like another streaming service like YouTube, Twitch, right? That's what Kick is. That's not the problem. Beeline and Minus Form are good brands for mini PCs. There you go. B-Link. I have the Ace Magician. Tom Ace. Sorry. My friend uses the B-Link ones for his clients a lot. More like bullshit labs. Man, I'm funny, you guys. Yeah, I mean, really? Yeah, really. Yeah, that Streamlabs is full of shit, man. Oh, Dumb and Dumber, man. It's good. Freaking John Denver. I'm almost out of water, guys. I didn't fill out my water before. It was only like up to here. I might have to get water. Yeah. Do not go in there. Woo! Yeah, I can't really do it that loud because that would be obnoxious. But yeah. Yeah, man. Jim Carrey. Love it. I figured Streamlabs would be a little streamier than this. I've been wanting to get one just to make my own emulation station. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing. It really depends on what you want. Because I don't. I guess it depends on what you're wanting to play on your emulation station. Right? Because I feel like I haven't rewatched Dumb and Dumber 2. It's funnier than I remember. Yeah, I only saw it the one time. But yeah, I think it really depends on what you're wanting to do on it, because I mean, how much are you talking about for one of these guys? Because I mean, I've got my 8-bit do or 8-bit do whatever, and my Raspberry Pi that plays up to PS1, I think, some PSP, but man. That is awesome. I mean, and then of course there's all the other handhelds that you could get that are smaller, depending on what you're wanting to play on it. But yeah, $300. Okay, well that's different then, because that's what was the Steam Deck, 550. So yeah, but I wanted to play Steam games on it though. I wanted to play Steam games and some emulation crap. So for me, that was like the best option. But I mean, like for $300, you could get the the Odin 2. I mean, there's just look, hey, you got lots of options. Just say that. Is that the red or the white? I don't remember that. What is that from? I just remember what's the soup of the day? It's the soup du jour. That sounds good. I'll have that. Oh. I got the Ryzen 7 5800U model, and it's a beast. I'm emulating games great, and it even plays Red Dead 2 medium low setting 720p. Braveheart had a great speech. Yeah, I mean, oh crap. If you're going that route, yeah, Braveheart, Theoden, King Theoden, at the Battle of Pelennor Fields. That's a pretty good one. So yeah, it was on sale $289. Missed my Steam Deck, so that's why I'm doing the trade. Gotcha. I even like the one Harry Met Lloyd. See, I never saw that one. Gladiator, The End of the Great Dictator. Almost said Tick Dater. I traded stuff once. For $300 nowadays, technology is crazy. Excuse me. Flow? What's that? FLO? Flow? Oh, is that? Oh, Yeah, that's from, yeah, excuse me, Flow. Gotcha. I just want to play up to N64. So yeah, Ryzen 5 is plenty for me. Now, if I wanted to play original Xbox, I need a Ryzen 9 with 32 gigs of RAM just for the extra horsepower. Airplane speech. Dude, why is the... Okay, no drop frames, and I show excellent connection. Why is my stream so far behind? It's weird. I have noticed this. I don't know if anybody has this. Does anybody else watch Twitch? Because if you watch Twitch, this is a weird thing that I've noticed. Is that if I'm watching a stream for like 5-10 minutes, the audio will be lagging behind the video, like every time. Even on my Apple TV sometimes. So is Twitch having some issues with that? And the little preview window up there was behind like 5 minutes. Strange. I don't get it. Surely you must be kidding. OG Xbox is hard to emulate just in general. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Don't call me Shirley. Well, those are just great lines. We were talking about like great speeches, like great, like big speeches. I forgot about Braveheart. You know, they will take our lives, but they will never take our freedom. Yeah, I was scared before, but let's go get them. Yeah. Twitch audio lags all the damn time. I refresh and it's normal. Yep. I don't get it. OG Xbox has some phenomenal exclusive games. That's true too. I'm so going to buy The Thing remastered when it's out. Game? Movie? I can't think of a speech in a movie I love. Really, all those examples, and none of them hit you? Team America speech. I love games based on movies. We need the Warriors remastered. I'm hoping original Xbox can get the same treatment PS2 got here in the next 3 to 4 years when it comes to emulation. Yeah, that could be interesting. The weird thing is though, like for me, PS3 is where they started to get my attention again. So from say right around the N64 era all the way up to say the PS3, Xbox 360 is when games started to get my attention again, because it was like I didn't like the graphics. The graphics were too low poly, and it just wasn't my thing. Now, that being said, I did play Halo, I did play Halo 2 and all that kind of stuff, right? I did play a bunch of games in those generations. But the PS3 is really where I started to be like, okay, now we're getting into some interesting stuff, you know? But yeah. There you go. The Thing game was out 20 years ago. It's getting remastered. Oh, okay. Speaking of Batman, he makes the one man who beat you. Wait. He makes the one man who beat you speech, and it's pretty cool in the Dark Knight Returns animated movie with Peter Weller saying that. Oh, yeah. I actually really liked that, especially with how, I mean, the Killing Joke was just not good. I did not like what they did with that, but with Dark Knight Returns, I actually really enjoyed. In fact, I enjoyed the Dark Knight Returns. I always appreciated the comic, but I was never in love with it. The movie version, I really enjoyed. I really, really enjoyed it. So that's a good call. Hope The Thing remastered fine tunes the AI. The world needs dicks. That's why I'm here. Not sure. Don't remember that one either. I didn't get a PS3 until GTA 5 came out. Warriors remake would be so rad. I appreciated the Warriors, but never liked the game. But just about everyone I know loves the game. See, here's the thing, man. I never played it because I didn't care for the movie. I know. Just didn't like it. Rocky Balboa had some great speeches too. Yeah. Here's the thing though. For some reason, Rocky never really comes, even though I really love that first movie a lot. The rest of them, even though Rocky Balboa was a pretty good entry, Creed was really good. I just don't think of the Rocky movies as having that kind of impact on me. Not the same kind of impact, but yeah. Did I talk about John Carpenter and Robert Englund getting a star on the Walk of Fame? Do you feel like they deserve it or long overdue? I mean, look, long overdue. John Carpenter, especially. Robert Englund, for sure. But John Carpenter, especially. That man has done so much for movies. And you can't, to me, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is all about cultural impact. At least to me. That's how I've always thought of it. I honestly haven't put a whole lot of thought of it, but that's what I think of it, is that cultural impact. I mean, Jay and Silent Bob got a Hollywood Walk of Fame before those two guys. So there's that. That being said, yeah, long overdue. But I did see the news that John Carpenter, I didn't know about Robert Englund, but you gotta, hey, you gotta credit where credit's due, right? Let me see. Wait, I'm hyped for Netflix Tomb Raider reboot. I mean, sure. Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about it, to be honest, but yeah. Killing Joke animated movie is a perfect example of when they should have used the budget to animate the book as faithfully as possible. Don't add, just animate the comic. Yeah. And the problem that I have with Warner Animation is that there's a lot of, it seems like there's a lot of cheapening out when it comes to the animation. The animation isn't fantastic to me. So yeah, I agree with that. And if it's only going to be an hour, only make it an hour. Just make it good. Make it kick ass. You know? Make it look good. I would have rather them done that, but I feel like there was a little bit of well, you know, while we're here. No. You can't add to that. It's like no. The Madagascar movie games were actually good. Didn't know anything about those. Okay, here's the full list of people getting stars. John Carpenter, Jessica Chastain, Bill Duke, Robert Englund, Emilio Estevez, Colin Farrell, Jane Fonda, Nia Long, Lisa Liu, Glenn Turman, and Tony Vaz. I don't know who some of those people are. So yeah. Overdue, however, Walk of Fame, they have to pay for it. Some people might not know. Really? I didn't know that. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay, well then, I couldn't say it any better. I'd much rather have a beautifully animated short film than a cheaply produced feature-length fanfic. Absolutely. No question. Not to bash fanfics. I mean, true. But no, I'm right there with you on that. I need Netflix to give me a season 2 of Yu Yu Hakusho. Already, dang it. I don't know anything about that. I can't believe it took this long to give Carpenter a star. But yeah, if they're having to pay for it, that kind of makes sense. It's kind of like it was one of those things back in high school, I remember, and thinking like, oh wow, that's an honor. And then getting around to the point where it's actually time. And they're like, hey, we will want to invite you to join. I can't even remember what it's called. The something of students, something. But you have to pay for it. And the more you pay, the higher up on the list you are. And I'm like, F you. Who's who? That's it. Yeah. The more you pay, the higher up on the list you are. And all my friends are like, are you doing it? And I'm like, I don't know. And then I went and asked my parents, should I do this? She goes, well, we did it for your sister. So and I was like, okay. But there you go. Preach, Bo, preach. Well, I mean, I'm just basically saying what you said. So yeah. These are the people getting stars for music. Fantasia, Depeche Mode, Las Bookies? I don't know who that. The B-52s, Green Day, the Isley Brothers, Busta Rhymes. Okay, here's the thing. I am not that far that much into rap. Like it's probably overall my least listened to genre of music. I mean, if you take world music out, because I mean, a bunch of world music just doesn't hit me. But even country I've heard more. But Busta Rhymes, I love that dude's style. I love everything about that guy. In fact, all of his acting roles I love. Dude, Finding Forrester, come on. That movie's great. I really love that movie, and I think Busta Rhymes is great in it. But yeah, Busta Rhymes, George Strait, Keith Urban, War, and Prince. Okay. Interesting. I didn't get to play the third one, but the first two are like a 6.7 out of 10. They're just above average entertaining games. Also depends where the star. Could be close to Skid Row. Don't want a junkie crapping on your star. I know nothing about all that stuff. Oh, you were talking to Ricky about that second season. Gotcha. Yeah, you're a little man now, dog. I love that movie. I thought it was great. Busta Rhymes is the best part of Halloween Resurrection. Yeah. And what was Higher Learning? Who do you think deserves a star but hasn't gotten one yet? I'll be honest, I don't even know. And it's not something that I typically care about. It's just not my thing. I don't really care. Um and especially now hearing that they have to pay for it themselves, it just doesn't seem like oh, okay. That seems strange. I highly recommend that live action Yu Yu Hakusho on Netflix and City Hunter. Well, you already gave me City Hunter. It's already on the list. I'll put it on here, but no promises. Got a lot on my list. You Kusho. Friggin' Ricky. Why did I put an E in there? Like Ricky Henderson. There's no E. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Those are the number of movies and or box sets that I have on my list that I've purchased that I haven't watched yet. That's stupid. I need to quit buying movies for a while because I have a lot to watch. I thought you were counting episodes. No. I saw Jackie Chan star in person when I went to LA that one time. Yeah, I don't know. I don't feel like favorite Louis Gossett Jr. movie. Well, I mean, for me, I've never seen Officer and Gentleman, which is what he won his Oscar for. So I'll have to say Iron Eagle. I mean, I could say Enemy Mine, and it's probably a better performance. But Iron Eagle, man. Iron Eagle's awesome. Add Dark Knight of the Scarecrow to that list if you haven't. Toy Soldiers. I never saw that one. Isn't that the one with Sean Astin? Sean Astin? Yes. Oops. Wrong. Okay. It's on there. It's on there. Small Soldiers? Are you still reading Berserk? No, not really. And it's not because I didn't like it. It's just because of the vacation and because of just the time period, I kind of got away from it. And then now I have to get it again. I have to, like Hoopla does it where you have, I think, 21 days to read a thing. And I think I got through like 60-70% of it, and I just haven't gone back to it. And then because of my vacation and because it was all that time in between, I haven't gone back to it. But I still want to read that. I still haven't watched Enemy Mine. I've owned it for years now. Enemy Mine's good. A good love story? I guess in a way it is a love story. I never really thought of it that way. I think of it like almost like uh I don't know. That's it. It's interesting. That's interesting to think of it that way. Which movie did you see that had the most audience attendance? For me, it was Episode 1 and The Dark Knight and Spider-Man 3. God, I mean, you're talking about 40 something years of movies. Um, I mean, the first one that comes to mind is The Avengers, because man, that place was packed. The Dark Knight for sure was packed. Dark Knight Rises was packed. Um, dude, Episode 3. I saw it in the um so the first showing at the largest screen in Dallas Fort Worth, and it was packed. So, yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, you think about almost, I wouldn't say every movie, but a lot of movies between 1993 and today. I've been there opening night. Like a lot. Force Awakens was packed. Matrix packed. Mission Impossible 1 packed. And then everybody's eating their stuff or whatever. And then when he drops down in the saline, that whole scene, dead quiet. You could hear a cricket fart. You know what I mean? So freaking quiet. Jurassic Park, I didn't see opening. I saw opening weekend, but I also saw it in a really like a small town. I don't remember. I don't even remember who took me. Because here was the thing. It came out when we were on vacation in Oklahoma, and I went with, I think, somebody's, like a friend of mine and his family. So I don't even remember where I saw it. I just remember sitting there being angry. Because, I mean, still being amazed at what I was seeing, but also angry that they changed the story so much. Because I'd read the book and I was that annoying kid. I was like, oh, it's better in the book. But yeah. The Principal. Never saw that one. John Belushi in Animal House has a great speech. It's been so many years since I've seen that, I don't even remember. How about that Freaky Friday 2 supposedly coming out? Yeah, what is that about? Is that even a thing? Is that true? Monarch Season 2? I haven't seen Monarch Season 1. So, that's actually on my watch list. I just haven't watched it yet. There was quite a few people when Jacob and I went to see the DBS Broly movie. Is that the Dragon Ball? Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, Jurassic Park was, I don't really remember. But then I remember when we got home, because my parents didn't want to see it then, but when we got home, I say my parents, my dad, my stepmom, we got back to Grand Prairie where we lived, we ended up going to the movie 16, Cinemark, which is still pretty new. We went in there and they had it cranked so loud that when the velociraptors scream, it actually hurt your ears. And that's all my dad said about it. He said it looked amazing, but My ears hurt from watching it. And I'm like, yeah, no, I agree with you. That was too loud. What was the first movie you saw with Jay and Billy? God, I don't even know. I have no idea. I don't know. Because the thing was, I mean, I know that like I don't think Billy and I hung out at Kroger. But then we hung out, Jay and Billy and I and Rufus and whoever else would come over to my house and I'd show them like DVDs and stuff, but I don't even remember. I'm sure Ghostbusters was one of the first ones because that was one of the first DVDs I bought. I don't know what the first DVD I bought. I remember my first CD, I think, was the Cranberries. I think. I can't remember. But the first DVDs I remember I had 3. And I want to say that Stargate was one of them, but I don't know if that's true. Do I own that? I do. But I don't know if that was one of my first ones. And I traded in Ghostbusters, the first Ghostbusters that I had, because I was going to buy it on Blu-ray, and I never ended up buying it on Blu-ray. So, it was weird. But I'd seen Ghostbusters. Dude, Ghostbusters is one of those movies I've seen so many times that it was like, do I really need to watch it right now? Nah. There's other things. Avengers Endgame was definitely the most packed I've seen at theater. Well, I mean, I've been in multiple 100% packed theaters, so I'll tell you this, probably the lightest opening day movie that I ever went to was Grindhouse. There was barely anybody in that theater. I don't know how that movie made any money. But seriously, it's one of my favorite movie going experiences ever. Because it was me, Brian, and Jerry from Switched On. When we were still doing the podcast, we were watching it. We were laughing so freaking hard. I was hurting. I was laughing so hard because it was so freaking funny. But yeah, I mean, I've seen I mean, dude, so many movies, man. I don't even know. I'll tell you this though. When I bought Horizon, every screening that I looked at had 0 tickets sold. Every screening in my area. I might be watching it alone on Thursday. So, yeah, Avatar I saw like 6 times in the theater, and it was packed almost every time. I would have loved to have seen Jurassic Park 1 and 2 in the theater. I saw them both in the theater. Titanic packed. I don't think I saw Titanic opening weekend, but I saw it multiple times. I saw it with girls I weren't even dating at the time. Titanic was freaking huge, man. In fact, when did Titanic come out? I wonder if I saw that with my wife. I can't remember if I did or not. I know I saw it with one of my friends' girlfriends because we were friends. We were all like a group of friends. And it was one of those things where it could have gotten weird, but it never really got weird. But I think I saw it with her. I don't think I saw it with April. I don't think April would have gone to see it, honestly, because she's never been into it. Disney Hercules in the theater because of the event they had in the theater that day. The only movie I've ever watched in an empty theater opening weekend was Tomb Raider Cradle of Life or whatever it was. I'm trying to remember if I ever saw a movie by myself. Opening week. And see, this could have been any time opening week, but I went and saw Strange Days. 1995, I think. I went and saw that, and I was one of like 2 people in the theater. I love that movie. That movie's good. It's messed up, but that movie's good. If that's true, live stream. I mean, I might. Titanic was 97. Okay. Never seen Titanic. I knew how it ended. You're kidding, right? If you're kidding, okay. But if you're not kidding, that's a terrible reason to not watch a movie. I've read Hamlet and seen Hamlet, plays of it, multiple times. I'll watch every movie that there is. So, what was I going to looking up? Oh, Titanic. '97. Okay. Because I didn't start dating April until late 98. So, what movies did you want to go see, but it was sold out? I don't know because we were always first. Seriously, we bought our tickets. We would go up to the theater and buy our tickets in advance, and then we would get, like, if it was a big movie, we would go see it, or we would go. Um, I mean, I can't even remember, but we would go there early and stand in line until midnight. Back when midnight showings were, or Friday, the first Friday showing was at 12:01. We would go there. We'd get there like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and stand there for 3 hours so we could get the best seats. That's the way it was. That was what we did. We went to see all the movies. I think the last time that I was sold out was probably in the 80s for some movie that my parents didn't plan for. I mean, seriously. So yeah, we always planned ahead because we were always tuned in to movies. And my friends worked in a movie theater. So in a lot of cases, we got to see them 2 days early. I mean, shit, if YouTube was around back in the 90s, I got to see many movies like on Tuesday or Wednesday before they came out because they would have to check the movie to make sure it works. And so all the employees would sit there and watch it. And since I was friends with them, I would come up there and hang out. And of course, all the people that worked there knew me. In fact, I made out with one of the projectionist girls that worked at the theater. It's funny, she's my friend on Facebook, and it's weird seeing her pop up, and I'm like, I barely knew you. Like, why are you my friend on Facebook? But there you go. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't have. I mean, we're going back to when in my teens, early teens, before I missed a movie that I wasn't able to see because it was sold out. I got to see it. I got to see everything because we planned for it. And I knew when the movies were coming out. I would check the papers. I would do all the things. Movies were such an important part of my life that yeah, I very rarely had a sold out thing. Dark Knight was sold out, but managed to get tickets for the 3:15 in the morning show. I remember I think it was episode 2. We ended up watching it. I think we did. I can't remember, man. It's been so long. But I think we saw it at midnight, and then we drove out to Plano and watched it with Billy and Jay. And I think that was episode 2, Attack of the Clones of Tech Clones. I'm pretty sure that we did that because at least Billy knew Brian from the Switched On stuff. I don't think Jay knew them very well, but I knew Billy. Billy and Brian actually had, I would say, worked together, but they were aware of each other and they did work things together, I think. Never see Titanic. I knew. Oh, we already said that. Tenet IMAX. What about Titanic 2? Tenet IMAX was empty since all the 2020 stuff. Great time though. Oh, I bet. I bet that was awesome. But yeah, I don't think I was. I don't think I missed. I know. But that was one of the things where, like, anytime somebody was like, "Hey, were they making him?" Yeah, yeah, I would know because I was tuned into that stuff, like super tuned into it. I love my movies, man. I love them. Loved them my whole life like that. In fact, I think April had said that. She goes, "I've never met somebody that passionate about movies before." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm that guy. I'm that guy." Were there times where people couldn't shut the F up and interrupt your time watching the movie? Oh, absolutely. I mean, it still happens. Happened to me when I saw Matrix Revolution. Some guy was about to fight another guy, and this was in Pennsylvania. We never had anything like that. I told you the most memorable disruption of my entire life was when when we were watching Prometheus, and the dude behind me had a seizure at the surgery scene. And I missed a lot of, because I mean, you can say what you want about Prometheus, but that scene is visceral, it's intense, it's almost animalistic, scary, fight or flight kind of thing. And for whatever reason, it was the flashes, it was the intensity of the scene. This dude had a seizure and had to be like carried out. And we're all sitting there kind of like we didn't know what to do. But I remember it being like holy crap. This movie made this dude have a seizure. That's so like for me it's part of the, and again, the first time you watch a movie is the only time you get to see it that way. The only time you can only see a movie for the first time once. And that is what, like, I remember so many of those first times watching a movie. I remember what theater I saw it in. Some of them I don't because, age and whatever. And some movies are just not that memorable. But not memorable in that way. But that movie in particular, I remember that so vividly. I don't remember what theater we were in, but I knew that John Michael, my friend John Michael, was sitting next to me. We were both like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God. And it added to the movie. It added to the feeling of the movie because it was so freaking intense. So yeah, there you go. I've said things to people. I've never gotten in a fight in a theater, but I've definitely been vocal to people. Hey, shut the hell up. We're here to watch a movie, not listen to you talk about your small dick or whatever I said. I don't remember what I said. And then just the other day, what movie? Oh, it was Inside Out 2. Was it Inside Out 2? No, I think it was The Fall Guy. It might have been The Fall Guy. So I was sitting here, wife sitting here, the couple sitting next to her. She attracts people that talk. And I don't understand how that is possible. But they were just talking through the whole movie, and it was the kind of movie where it's like, it doesn't really matter. It's hard for me to really connect to this film anyway. I mean, it's fun, but it's not like a deep, it's just a fun movie. And people are going to be more like talkative and more whatever. So they were talking through it. She was mad about it, but she was also like, but it was fine. Because, it's not like, but like, if that would have happened, if that would have happened during Dune Part 2, I would have been pissed. But luckily, it's never been that way. Oh, Late Night with the Devil. The dude next to me was super vocal. I mean, it wasn't packed, but it was a smaller theater anyway. I think there was only like 30 seats in this theater. It was one of the smaller theaters. This dude next to me, like every time something would happen, in his accent, because he was like, just a guy, right? But he was like, holy shit, man. And I'm like, okay, it's kind of freaky, but it's not that freaky. Like, it's weird. It's almost like people who don't watch a lot of movies, they freak out a little more, or oh man, that was intense. I'm sitting there going, dude, I don't know if you guys have heard of this movie. This movie is called The Coffee Table. I will just say this. I rented it. I paid to rent it. It was $4 on iTunes, Amazon, or iTunes, Apple, whatever. Okay. It's available to rent. It is a Spanish movie. It is subtitled. There are no dubs. It is roughly 85 minutes and it is messed up. It's seriously messed up. I kept hearing this movie come up. Like I heard it, Robert Meyer Burnett talk about it. I saw it multiple times on Reddit for like scariest horror movies you've seen in the last however long. People said that. And what's weird about it is that it's not a horror movie in the traditional sense, but it is super messed up. I would say it's more of a character drama than a horror movie, although there is a horror element to it. It's so hard to describe because part of the reason why this movie was so effective is because I didn't know anything about it. And I didn't know what was coming. And I didn't, whatever. So I'll just say, don't watch a trailer. Don't read anything about it. Don't watch a review on it. Although I did watch a couple of reviews after I saw the movie, and most of them they say the same sort of thing. Holy crap, this movie's intense. It messes with your head. It's messed up. It's not for everybody. There's going to be people that are going to turn it off after about 15 minutes because something happens in those first 15 minutes that is shocking. And a lot of people will go, nope. All I can say is I stuck through it, and it was, at the end of it, I'm like, okay, I'm glad I watched that, but holy crap, that movie was crazy. So, you added it to the watch list. Okay, Carbonite. Well, there you go. Let's see. I'm so glad I was an avid moviegoer in the 90s. Yeah, me too. I mean, I was always into it and I always wanted to go. But of course, back in the 80s, I don't know if it's just because my parents were cheap or what, but we didn't go to a whole lot of movies. So it was like a special thing. But when we did, it was like, holy crap, I'm in the movies, and I'm in the theater, not in the movies, but you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm here and the lights would go down and I'd get that little bit of excitement. The first movie I ever saw by myself was the first Look Who's Talking. I remember that. I remember the theater. I can't tell you exactly where it is, but I could, if we were there, I'd go, yeah, it was right over there. I don't think the theater's there anymore. It used to be a dollar theater. Saw it the first time there. Saw many movies afterward. I loved, and then that's when I found that I love going to the movie theater by myself. There's something, it was free. I was like 14, 13, 1989, right? Look Who's Talking. That would have been 1989. I was 13. It was awesome. Great. Anyway, did I watch Butt Boy yet? No. It's weird. Anybody seen The Wailing from 2016? One of my recent favorite horror movies. Okay. What's Coffee Table about? I can't tell you. Trust me. Just think of like, are you into movies that are like, what the, if you're into that, check it out. I'm so glad I saved almost every ticket stub from all the movies I've seen. I've heard of people doing that. Chris Stugman does that, and he has it in like a photo album and stuff. And I'm like, I don't give a shit about the stubs because it's all up here. That's what's important to me. I don't care about, oh, look, I saw. I mean, look, again, I'm not poo-pooing the idea. I'm just saying, as long as it's not too gruesome like Hostel, it's not, that's the thing. A lot of what you're going to experience watching The Coffee Table is in your head. And it's also about the aftermath of that and what do you do? What would you do in this situation? And I can't really say much more than that. I'm sorry, but and I can also see a lot of people going, no, I can't do that. I can't watch this movie. And unfortunately, it's not available for streaming for free. If it was for free, it'd be like, dude, just watch the first 15 minutes and you're either going to be completely down, yeah, I got to see how this wraps up, or you're going to be like, nope. But It's such a weird movie. Again, the first 15 minutes or so are like, it's kind of a black comedy. And then this thing happens and you're like, I can guarantee you've never seen anything like this movie. Guaranteed. I can't think of a movie anywhere close to it. So that's all I'll say. But look, it's 10 o'clock. It's time to wrap up the show. I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you. Friend always praised High Tension. I never saw that either. But see, like, even like Hostel, I've seen that. I've seen a whole bunch of messed up movies that people are like, oh yeah, it's messed up. And I'm going, okay, I'll watch it. I'm go, yeah, it's pretty messed up. But it doesn't affect me the same. I don't know. Maybe I have this because I've seen so many movies. I've seen so many messed up things and I've imagined so many messed up things that most of the time my imagination goes a lot further than they do. But anyway, I mean, that's just me. But look, here's the thing. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here. KP Senti, we're wrapping up, man. We're wrapping up. I've been talking for 3 hours and I'm out of water. But I hope you guys have a great week. Of course, I'll be back on Thursday with my review of Horizon, the new Kevin Costner movie. I'm going to do a review of it. That's another movie that, probably not a whole lot of views, but I don't care. But I hope you guys have a great night. Have I considered just doing another 5 hours? I just did, and I reject it completely. It's not happening. But hey, you guys have a great one. And KB Senti, you watch the replay if you want. I mean, we had a fun show. Which movies from the recommendation list are you going to watch soon? I have no idea. No idea, Shozana. All I know is on my list, like my list, movies that I've purchased, Thelma and Louise is next. So definitely will listen to the VOD. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. But you guys have a great week. See you on the next one. Bye.